Yeah. What's up? Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I had to reset. Like I put on my what's it called? Hang on, I ain't got everything here, man. There was like mess with you. There was mess with you. There you go. That's better. So I had I put on stream. I've got 2 fights on. I've got the Crocker McComb fight. There's a woman called Tycee Gallagher boxing. You know, she's quite cute, man. You know, she's quite cute, little blonde ting. You know, I watched that. Not because she's good at boxing, she's whack, but I watched her look at her pretty face. And then there's BKFC, right? Now, so I would like try and commentate on 2 fights at the same time, but this is basically just a general chat, right? Yeah, okay, so let's go through. Of course, you got my boy first to do with that retro. Yeah, what's up, bro? Great to see you here. Great to see you first as usual. Hey, Triple, I'm happy to see you on the live stream. How you been? I've been okay, man, but there's not a lot happening in boxing. You know, there's not a lot happening in boxing. And, you know, there's not a lot to write about. But I've been okay. Yeah, we here. Great. I'm striding. I said the Corey Power starts now. The live starts now. That's for sure. We're back here. Yeah, Sonny Harding. What's going on, chubby lad? I'm all right, lad. You know, like boxing's been a bit dry, hasn't it? But we've got some fights on tonight. There's 3 bills on tonight. There's a bill at Your Court, which is on the YouTube, headlined by some heavyweights. There's the bare knuckle fighting championship, which, by the way, to me, I'm going to build a separate channel, but at least for bare knuckle because it's nuts. But James Degale is boxing against some charlatan called Matty Floyd, you know, who makes up stories. Can you see my face all right? Yeah. Some guy, I was a biker gang, leader of a biker gang when I was 21 and all this. I go around killing nonsense. He's probably a liar, man. My boy Matt Curtis in the house. What are you saying, bro? Good to see you. Bro, I got tickets for Parker Woodley. Yeah, you said. But to me, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a good fight. The problem is the undercard is rubbish. Like, I considered it. I talked to a couple of pals, but when I saw the undercard, I ain't paying for that. You know, the main undercard fight is Lewis Edmondson with Ezra Taylor, which, by the way, is a decent fight. But that's the main undercard fight. I don't recognize most of the guys on the undercard. So, and there's no heavyweight contest apart from Parker vs Wardley. I mean, it's definitely. Listen, man, if you can get a ticket for 50 quid to watch a good fight like that, I think that's okay. But I'm not paying $24.99 to watch that shit. TS Boxing, assalamu alaikum. What? Alaikum assalam, blood. Yeah. God bless you, and may God bless. What does it mean? That means God bless you, and whatever. It's similar, right? I agree. Packer vs Ward is a good main event. The undercard is weak. It's very weak. Like Ezra Taylor, Lewis Emerson's eyes are very, very close together. So what you know, Ezra Taylor needs to do is just go for the hooks. I've said this many times, and I've never been proved wrong. Kelvin, what's up, Kelvin? The girl's done it. Nah, they're still on, blood. You know, Tycee Gallagher. You know, I'd say, listen, look, girl, she's quite pretty. She's blonde. Like we do, man. I said, try and do your thing, but you know, let me breed you. I will breed you. I will give you 3 kids, and you make sure they're males. Yeah, and you make sure they're chads, and we'll build them into real boxers. But for you, the boxing is not for you. Yeah, Gerard McGregor, what's up, bro? All the way from Australia. What's up, brother? That's cool, man. You're obviously very, very, very. I haven't got any of the volumes up, but there's this blazing fight going on the BKFC. These guys are insane. I swear, you don't even need to know the guys. There's loads of guys boxing tonight that decent boxers or were decent boxers. Dex Spellman, Travis Dickinson, James Degale, some other guys, and you know. Funnily enough, a lot of boxers get waxed in this. I don't think they realize that it's a different game. And they think, well, you know, I'm a good boxer. I'm Frankie Gavin, you know. I'm Jamie Cox. I was a world-class boxer. I'll be able to wax these guys, these street fighting guys. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Because it's a very different game. You can hold and hit. It's all about toughness, really. It's definitely the toughest game. The toughest game. Knuckle to face. You see guys in boxing, right? You rarely see a guy register pain, do you? You know, very, very rarely. I remember Mike Tyson when they were putting the swab on his cut. He's like, ow! But that's about the only time. Usually they don't register pain. They get knocked out because you got gloves and the adrenaline. But in bare knuckle, you see guys' faces change when they get a really good shot. Buff, right on the eyebrow or on the nose. There's a guy whose nose got shattered, right? The actual nose bone got flattened, and you see the look in his face. I mean, you have to be tough to do bare knuckle. I respect any bare knuckle fighters that go in there because that is by far the toughest sport there is. Because you know, even MMA, they wear little gloves, and they can you can quit by letting yourself get choked out. McGregor's done it. You know, there's groundwork. I mean, it's very tough MMA. I think it goes bare knuckle boxing, MMA, and then pro boxing are the toughest sports. Let's get some comments down there. Maloney, Shalom got BBC Boxing the same night as Wardley Parker. What a fool. Yeah, he's trolling Fish Eyes. Fish Eyes got all upset. Oh, I think it's disgraceful. Of course you do. Because you know it's going to take away some of your viewers. But, you know, for paper, maybe you should sort out. I've done a video about it. Check it out. I said maybe you should sort out, yeah, your own house. Get your own house in order and have a good undercard instead of the rubbish you've served up for $24.99. Ezra Taylor is trained by Malik Scott. Oh, no bueno. Yeah. Well, Malik, why would UK fighters go with Malik Scott? It's logistically a pain in the ass. They probably have to fly for him to come over. Now forget about it. Michael, Gallagher's mind blood. Okay. You can have her. You can have her, man. You're treating me like Mirko. Yeah. I had to get the scraps like Mirko and Filip Ergovic. What I don't get about boxing sometimes is you get a great main event with a terrible undercard. You get a terrible main event with a great undercard. I mean, we've been a bit spoiled the last few years after having a really bad time during the alleged lockdown. And then we got spoiled a bit by Turkey. And now we're back to how it was. In fact, worse. Yeah, bare knuckle is brutal, but it's extremely exciting. Like BKFC, some guys just been downed. And sometimes you see their face change and they're bleeding everywhere. And they're like, what am I doing here? Because you can't spar bare knuckle. You can't spar bare knuckle because you'll get smashed up. You'll get bruised. You'll get cut. So you can't get used to bare knuckle until you get into that ring. And there's BKFC and BKB, they're big rivals. One is a triangle ring and it's 5 threes, I think, or 3 threes as well. The other one is today BKFC. It's a circle. And it's 5 twos. So you've only got 10 minutes, bro. So it's all action. There's no time for messing around, slipping, waiting for openings. You just got to go in there and smash and smash. Much like Filip Ergovic when he sees a nice woman. You just grab, you smash, you take care of business. Great see Melody as always. Little Musgrave. Hello, brother. I wasn't expecting you to go live tonight. I thought you'd be out of town celebrating. The England's World Cup. Did they win? Damn, I can't believe I missed that. Historic. I miss history being made. I miss history being made again. I've seen a bunch of Libyan walking around in rugby tops, so that explains it. Yes. Insane fight occurring on BKFC. Yeah, I just missed it. Some guy got stopped. These guys are tough, but it's pure toughness and violence. Some of the guys are really juiced. You can tell, like this guy. Webb's live on now. Both of them look a bit juiced, but they had a battle, a brawl. I mean, it really is exciting. I'm going to do another channel on it, yeah? What do you think of Eubank Ben 2 undercard? I don't know if it's better or worse than the first fight undercard. I can't remember. Tell me who's on it again. I think it's okay. I think it's got Adam Azim, which is okay against a decent guy. It's got a few... I'd have a look on my computers, but I'm using them all to watch these events. Oh, look, there's a surprise. It looks like Tyson Gallagher is going to go the distance for the 10-rounder. Who cares, man? BKFC is pure van. It is. I mean, skill-wise, there's that guy who got all upset when that UFC guy, Luke Rockhold, and he was complaining, oh, it's rubbish. It's not a real sport. Yeah, there's no skill and all that. Well, he's not English, but whatever. He's American. He was a UFC champion, wasn't he? Anyway, he got smashed to pieces. And, and then he got done by, who did he get done by? Darren Till. So, stand up is not his game. But, I mean, you could say there's not that much skill in bare knuckle. I don't agree with that. There's obviously skill, but the essence is the toughness of the characters. Gay J is the worst undercards as it comes out of the pockets of the lion share. What's going to happen with Gay J, man? What's going to happen with Gay J? This is what I'm drinking tonight. Bacardi and Coke. Let's hope I don't go crazy. Don't forget about Letwide. They can do headbutts. Yeah, isn't that a Cambodian sport? It's like Thai boxing, but they can headbutt as well. So they use the elbows. They put. I think, is it bare knuckle? Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It hasn't spread yet, but to be honest, I like the UFC to go back to more or less the original rules. I like them to allow headbutts. I like them to allow. You're not allowed to elbow certain ways. Yeah, you should be allowed to do soccer kicks. You should be allowed to hit people on the floor with their knee. This kind of stuff. They've had to sanitize it though to get it big. So I understand, man. The fight on now is good with the tattoo. Yeah, the tattoo man one with the mustache. I love a tash. Even in Triple B on the funds, I'm tuning into the Degale fight on Let's Go. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be on about 10:30, something like that. But it's okay. I wait on the edge of my seat for Tyson Gallagher decision. History might be made. My boy David is in the house. Yes, Chubby. What you say, brother? You good? It's great to see you, man. TS Boxing. Buddy McGirt, Malik Scott, Virgil Hunter, Teddy Atlas, Ronnie Shields, Mega Trainers Generals suck. Most of them were your favorite fighters. Bag Boy. Yeah? That was their claim to fame. Well, not Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt was a great fighter. But I mean, if you're in the UK, why hire an American trainer? You got to go over there and train with them. It costs you money. You got to fly them over to be in your corner. It doesn't make sense to me. I think if you're a good enough fighter, the trainer, what you need is a guy that can get you really, really fit and inspire you and make you work hard. That's why I think people go for Ben Davison. I don't think, well, there's other reasons, right? He's got links, right? But like Ben Davison never had a fight. He don't know nothing about boxing. But for some reason, he gets chosen a lot. And it's got to be because of personal rapport, because people like him. They get on with him. He gets them fit. I mean, you're not going to teach. He's going to teach Mayweather, Hatton, Tyson Fury, any of these guys. He's going to tell them what to do. Imagine having Ben Davison, look, what you got to do is you got to dip a little bit more when you throw the left hook. Shut up, Ben. Shut up, Ben. Just get me fit. I know how to fight, right? But paying extra for an American trainer is just stupid. That fight was amazing. Yeah, I didn't watch it closely. I just caught a little bit of it. I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. Oh, does they not do pay-per-views though after Frank's one? I might subscribe again. It's got BKFC also. I mean, BKFC, I subscribe. It's the only one I subscribe to. And the BKFC is actually has given me good reason to stay in my subscription. But yeah, I think there are going to be plenty of pay-per-views. Yeah, Maloney goes 3 pay-per-views in November alone. So yeah, they're not going to stop pay-per-views. They're not going to stop the money rolling in. They pulled us in. They go, oh, it's only $1.99 per month. The days of pay-per-views are over. And then they land it on us. They always lie, man. Gay J had the same amount of rebuilds in his career as the amount of times he's been knocked out in sparring. Yeah, apparently he's been knocked out like 20 times. I don't know, man. Matt Curtis, Gay J has gone soft after a year out. Yeah, what's happening with Gay J, man? Who's he going to fight? I mean, what is he, 35 now, I think? 35? I mean, he's been knocked out by Daniel Dubois. He's only going to fight big fights. So they got to get him a half-decent name. I mean, the Gay J train has been derailed somewhat. Even the normies, the Kazis, know he's yesterday's news, you know, and it's ready for a new man to take over. And who would that be? Fabio Wardley? If he beats Jose Parker, will be the new man. And then there's Moses Itauma. Okay? So Gay J knows he's coming to the end. But he can still make a few mil. But, you know, even the Kazis must be bored of the Gay J story. Anyone got a stream after stream 24? No sound on stream 24. I mean, there are things I can't obviously put no links in, but crack and meth stream apparently are still pretty active. I can't see him Gay J fights. He's going to fight early next year in Ghana. Well, that's the rumor, but they always have these rumors. He's Nigerian anyway. Why is he fighting in Ghana? Why would Ghana want? I mean, they're a bit of rivals, right? I met a Ghanaian guy. Ghanaian guys are lovely. They like to smile a lot and laugh. But he told me a story. He goes, hey, listen to me. He goes, what is the difference between Nigerian man and a Ghanaian man? I said, what? He goes, the Ghanaian man will smile while he is robbing you. I thought that's quite funny. But Ghanaians are generally pretty friendly. But I, you know, when you get neighbors, they quite often don't get on. I don't know why Ghana would want a Nigerian, except maybe to stitch him up. I don't know who the Ghanaian fighters who are active. I mean, obviously, Azuma Nelson is the best African ever, apart from the wild African who knocked out Ty Booth. But yeah, it's got to be Azuma Nelson. Is the fights on TalkSport, bro? I don't know, bro. I'm watching it on DAZN, both of them. They got another guy coming in. Let's see. I mean, really, I'm just interested in the main events for both these fights. There's Dex Spellman, who I think he got his license taken away, finding for failing a brain scan, and yet he's fighting BKFC. Travis Dickinson was a good fighter. I mean, at the moment, a lot of BKFC fighters are UFC fighters, ex-pro boxers who are a bit past the sell-by date. Who's the champion of BKFC? Ben Rothwell, is that right? And you know, a lot of the boxing guys are getting their asses handed to them because it's a different game. It's 5 2-minute rounds. It's 10 minutes of violence. There's no messing around here, man. We all know it's going to be Wilder. Oh, Wilder Gay J. Yeah, that's still sellable. And my boy Kusik said it's still sellable fight, Wilder. Yeah. They gone. Oh, what, crack and meth? You can find them sometimes, man. You can find them sometimes. I have to be careful about what I put here because you know they might decide, oh, you're promoting illegal stuff, so I can't really talk about it. Yeah, my boy Acoustics, like and share. That's right. Like, share, donate. You can donate. You can see up here. You can see down here how to donate. You can give super checks. You can give buy me a beer. Where's Shane Bongos? Shane Bongos. The juju better work. But Shane Bongos gave me some nice buy me a beer. So yeah, Gallagher's got a daughter, low. What's she like? She's kind of cute, man. She looks little. Is she little? Sonny Edwards, the real Nigerian roadman. Yeah, get him to fight. Get him to fight on a Ghana card. Well, he's retired now, isn't he? And to be honest, for an 8-stone guy who can't punch, he must have had a couple of decent paydays. He obviously realized the boxing game's not for me after being beaten up by Rodriguez, Bam Bam. And, you know, but he's got fighters. He's got links. He does DAZN commentary. He does, you know, some areas has done really well, and I can't be a hater on him. Yeah. He tried to stitch me up, and I grabbed him by the balls, and I still got that tape, Sonny. But he gave me 80 quid, so, and he came on the show, so, you know, Sonny's done the right thing by retiring early. You got to remember, Marvin Hagler was 32 when he retired, you know? He got waxed by something else, so didn't he? Derek Chisholm said he's going to fight in December. Who do you think he fights? It's got to be a big fight because it's his 50th and allegedly last fight, right? Now, I think ultimately he was hoping for a fight against Usyk, you know, or something like that. He's got to be hoping for a big fight. So they got to find something big there. I mean, maybe Wilder. Michael Maloney, Degale chins that fool later. I mean, I think so, but and I saw Degale training. He didn't look that good, but now he's in good shape. Surely he sounds a bit punchy though, you know. Sonny would be a hell of a coach. Well, would he? Would he? If you were a puncher, why? What is he going to tell you to do? Oh, just jab and run. You know, I don't know, man. I met Sonny Edwards a couple of years ago. I had my photo with him. Yeah, where did you find him, man? I mean, like, you know, he got a bit cocky, right? And he had his twatter, and then he started slagging people off. But he only choose easy targets to slag off. And when he met like a bit of resistance, he'd just block you, which is a bit cowardly. But whatever. He's taken his twatter down after Tommy Rosenstein rinsed him. But you know. Yeah, all the people that I know that knew him from the amateurs said he was really likable guy. But he got a bit cocky. But you know, whatever, man. He was young, whatever, man. I'm not hating on Sonny really. There's a lot worse than Sonny. You know, yeah, he's quite based in some ways. He didn't take the jabber, but he likes the Kalergi plan because how else is he going to get Brown pum pum? Chisora vs Dubois. Well, yeah. Actually, thank you, Railway. That is probably the fight that they should look for because Dubois a name. He's kind of been exposed. His limits have been exposed, but he can still bring in, you know, views, tickets. Chisora vs Dubois, and Chisora is always great at hyping a fight, isn't he? So who have we got now? Oh, Oscar vs Dickinson. Okay, so we've got Travis Dickinson. I don't know which one Travis Dickinson is. He's wearing the red gloves. Oh, down goes Dickinson. Down goes Dickinson. Down goes Dickinson. And he looks badly hurt against some guy called Oscar. Dickinson's not getting up. I told you this is a different game, bro. And boom, it's all over. It's a typical 9.5. Get up at 9.5 so it looks like you ain't quitting thing. Now, Dickinson was a really good boxer. Did he win the ABAs? But he got waxed, just like Jamie Cox. Just like Frankie Gavin, it's a different game. Okay. Charlie Kirk's wife, Shady or not, was it a hologram? I think it wasn't. I think it was him, but then they superimposed something. Because if you look at the actual slowed down, so he'll be like, like that, and everyone will scatter, and then they superimpose something on top later, because that looked like AI. And his ring changes from one finger to the other. Okay? So that's all I got to say about that. I think he understood the game, just missed it. Physicality, yeah. Well, I don't think Sonny was on the PDs to his detriment, to be honest. But I respect him. Oh, another good one. Can't miss it, should we? I mean, yeah. I mean, the bare knuckle is serious, bro. How can Charlie throw hats if he's a hologram? Well, I don't think it was. Like I said, I don't think it was hologram. It was him. It was him there. There were people watching, but suddenly. Well, one theory is that he would go like that and fallen over, and everyone's scattering. No one's seen it closely, right? And filmed it properly, and then they get that and they put an AI on top of that, which makes it look worse than it is. That's what I'm saying. But this is a boxing channel, obviously. Without further ado, Rachel, £10. Come on, brother. That's so generous, brother. My man in the house. Thank you, my man. That's really kind. My one, the only, the admin, the jet set Willie avatars in the house. Come on, you tight bastards. Get them shekels out. Listen to my boy. Thank you, bro. That's really generous. You didn't have to do that, brother. I hope you're well, man. I hope the business is going well, my brother. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you so much. When I met Sonny, he was really nice. He must be different on and off camera. Well, I think he probably is a decent guy. He got a bit cocky, you know. And to be honest, you could argue. I mean, I think that was a part of him that came out that wasn't that attractive, and he used to be a bit of a like, not a bully, right? Because he's only 8 stone, but he would choose his targets. Like, so to rinse out people that are thick is easy, but then blocking people that got brain, like Sam Strawler, huh? Yeah. So you know he was selective, but he's gone off twatter. But I consider him to be like, there's a good Sonny and a bad Sonny, but I think the good Sonny is likable and decent. Wow, yeah, man. Travis Dixon got done. Did you see Charlie's body? Definitely, man. I mean, bro, All you got to do, I wanted to put this up, but I can't because I'd get the channel, it's a risk for the channel, but, and there's a slow down version of the blood looks fake, and his ring moves from this finger to that finger. There's clearly an AI influence there. I do think he was there. I just think that they superimposed some AI afterwards. Did you see a Daily Mail article? Hey, Mark, what's up, bro? Did you see a Daily Mail article on Eddie Hearn? No, bro, but please tell me about it. What did it say, man? My wife died. How can I be all happy after 14 days? I mean, that's one of the things they're saying. You know, it just doesn't seem, her reactions don't seem real. And, you know, I mean, plenty of people think that Jeffrey Steen is still alive. And, you know, these people can mess with you. You see how good AI is. You see how good it is to put fake stories out, like Jimmy Savile and WMD, like Bin Laden is living in a cave and orchestrating an attack on the World Trade Centers, and WTC 7 come down, even though it never got hit, and the Pentagon, and all this blah, blah. So they pull off all these stunts all the time. Little Musgrave, Hive, My Nation, the call for uprisings, current channel. Yeah, he has to change his channel like every month virtually because he gets waxed. He gets shut down, and they've even got a new terms and condition that says, "Oh, if we ban you as a channel, you're not allowed to start another channel." You know, so he's been doing a lot of good videos. I'll have a look, bro. So take a look at Little Musgrave. Hi, My Nation. Yeah, I need to start. The thing is, right? Call for an Uprising is really good for me to open my eyes, but now my eyes are so open. I don't need them channels no more because I know what's happening. I know the bullshit, but yeah, he is good. What's his wife supposed to do? Sit around all day? Not everything's a psyop. Sonny Harding said, I mean, yeah, not everything is a psyop, but there are some questions there. All I will say to you is watch the alleged assassination. Watch it in slow motion. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this is a boxing channel. Chisora said his next is in Manchester, England. If Chisora fights Dubon, it would definitely sell out Manchester or the Co-op Library. I agree. I think that's a good fight. But I just think Chisora basically definitely wanted to hang on, didn't he, for a world title shot. Mark, it's basically saying he's broken up with his missive and mentioned Sky. Oh, what did he on? No way. Oh man, I can't look because I've got all I don't want to compromise the my broadband because they're always trying to shut me down. So, but I'll have a look afterwards, man. So the Daily Mail article. So he said he's broken out his missus and mentioned Sky. Well, we all knew about 3 years ago, didn't we? Watching boxing classes HQ, as Mickey Theo would say. Watching them auditing videos around the cities UK is depressing. People just hang around in city centres in bad state. Man, I can't tell you how. When I went to Manchester, England to watch a fight, I can't remember, Jack Catterall or someone. Was it Catterall? I can't. No, the main event was Conlon, and I trolled Coogan, and I'd been to Manchester, England, a few years before, and it was so different. It was just, it did leave me depressed at the state of people, the way they act. Yeah. Hey, my boy, Tommy Gunn. Nice to see you back, Tommy Gunn, 1979. £3. Thank you very much for the generosity. Yes, Shrubby. Degale has been hitting the sniff bag. I mean, he's probably bored. It's very hard for people, sportsmen especially, because, actors can go on forever if they're liked. Even musicians, the Rolling Stones are still gigging at age 80. But, and they can, the worst come to the worst, they can still do pub gigs. Okay, hang on, wait. There's this fight now. Okay, this is the boxing fight. Scott Forrest, who's 7-1 with 4 KOs, but he's a cruiserweight, right? And he's wearing Scottish gloves, but he's actually born in South Africa. And he's a massive roid rager. And I won a lot of money on him losing his last fight. Because I was like, this guy is stiff. He's not a natural boxer. He's quite an experienced amateur. But he is fighting. He came in the last minute, although he was due to fight against, I think it's Krauss, something like that. I hate not being able to check. But something Krauss from Holland, who's Peter Fury's fighter. And, the problem is Krauss is a light heavyweight, and he's moving up to fight at cruiserweight against a guy, Forrest, who's actually fought at heavyweight at 207 pounds. So this is interesting. Very interesting fight, actually, and a very good fight. Krauss, Krauss is coming in now, and he puts his daughter in first, which I find odd and creepy. This is boxing, right? You can't have. She looks about 3 or 4, and she's doing some weird little dance, and calling in her dad. And I'm sorry, this is inappropriate. This is inappropriate. These, you know what? She's gonna watch her dad. She's bringing her dad in doing this weird little dance and bringing him in to fight a guy who might, you know, knock out her dad and batter him. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. All this, like, they're trying to enter kids into adult scenarios so often in films, in, you know, they've even had dating programs for 4-year-olds. It's just wrong. It's wrong. I'm sorry, this is disgusting to me. Without further ado, retro. The whole world is a stage. Yep, these idiots are actors. Exactly. Did you hear the quote? I'll see you in Valhalla, brother. Look into an era called Valhalla. I did see that. I'm not going to go into details now because I'm watching the fight, but yeah, check it out. Chisora fights on after December. #1 contender. No way he retires. I think you're right. I think he'll say, no, I'm not retiring. If he wins, he loves the limelight. So we've got Krauss. Krauss is in the ring with Peter. He's Peter Fury's big hope. He looks like a 1990s boy band, you know? No homo, he's handsome, but he's got a real 90s raver haircut. Yeah, nor would I, like Danny Williams II. He looks fit to Scott. Sorry, Maloney goes, he looks fit to Scott. Yeah, he's in great shape, the Scott. But, well, the Scott, he's born in South Africa, he moved to Scotland. He's clearly a roid rager, but Krauss is a puncher. I don't think he's gone. Look at the size of Forrest, man. Look at him. But he got stopped in a round, and I actually won a lot of money on him because I thought he was very basic. But he's a cruiserweight who's fought a heavyweight, and he's fighting a light heavyweight. This is an interesting fight. Krauss is seriously talented. Well, yeah. I mean, I remember they put in Joe Calzaghe in his 10th fight. He stopped every first 9 fights. In his 10th fight, he fought a cruiserweight because no one would fight him. And the guy went the distance. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I mean, they must think a lot of Krauss to throw him in against a cruiserweight who's fought at heavyweight, and you know he can, you know, he's solid. He's solid. Look at the size of him, man. You know, he's a beefy guy, but Krauss, the 90s boy band. Let's see what he's going to be. A good prospect. He's Peter Fury's big prospect. Kelvinator. It's always weird seeing a fellow Dutch guy not in a kickboxer. Yeah, the Dutch are super at kickboxing and Muay Thai, aren't they? Rico Verhoeven, Ramon Dekkers, so many of them. So many of them. It's funny because the Dutch are pretty chilled out. And I was always quite weirded out. Like, why did all these tough Dutch guys, Ernesto Hust, Remy Bonjanski, I mean, they're not really ethnically Dutch, but there's plenty of ethnic Dutch guys that are super, super Thai and kickboxers, yeah. Chisora would destroy Gay J. Do you think so, bro? He's definitely mentally, he's got to have the upper hand mentally. McDonald family boxing. Joe was a superstar. Joe who, bro? Okay, let's see the fight. We're talking about, okay, this is the Grados Krauss fight. These Scott Forrest from the cruiserweight from Scotland via South Africa. But he's quite basic. He's obviously strong, but he's basic. It's a 6-rounder. It's only a 6-rounder. So there's been a lot of hype about Krauss. He boxing with his hands low. And obviously he knows he's fighting a strong guy. To be clear, he doesn't look that much smaller than Forrest. He's not as muscular. Meanwhile, in BKFC, some other guys just been battered. I mean, there's nowhere to hide in BKFC. Most fights end in first or second round knockout. Yeah, he's got some nice. I don't know. It's difficult to tell Krauss. I think he needs to relax a bit. He's looking a bit stiff. He's throwing a lot of shots. And Forrest has just got his gloves by his ears. Oh, down goes Forrest. Woof. Krauss can punch. Believe that. But I told you Forrest was not that good. I won a lot of money when he was the favourite. Boom. Let's see if we can stop him in one round, Krauss. I like this Krauss. His chin's a bit high, but I like the way he's loose. He throws a lot of punches. He's clearly got power, but he could get clocked himself. His chin is high. And people say, oh, you can't tell a guy's chin by looking at them, but I look at Krauss's face and he don't look like he's got a chin of iron. But you don't know. You just don't know. Oh, Calzaghe, yeah, Calzaghe's super. So Krauss is dominating, but it's only the first round. It's only 6th round, right? Forrest looks lost. He keeps on shaking his head. But, when you're getting battered and you're shaking your head, it doesn't look good. Oh yeah. Nice shot. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Meanwhile, he's getting smashed up. Oh, he's still up, Forrest. Can he finish it in the first round, Krauss? Yeah, I guess his little daughter doesn't have to worry. And he's got his wife and his daughter at ringside. They don't have to worry much by the look of things. This Forrest, I told you, that's why I won so much money. Because he's not very good. He's very muscular. Too muscular. He's from Fury's camp and taking such a risky fight. I agree. They must have real faith in him, though. Real faith in Krauss, I mean, this Forrest will still be dangerous. He's not a massive puncher, but he's a cruiserweight, and that means a lot. Lots of confidence, a lot of confidence. Yeah, my boy. So Kelvin, were you the guy from Holland? Right, in the break, remember, you can super shekel, you can buy me a beer or a coffee, you can Litecoin, Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so let's look at the knockdown. Boom. Oh. He went headshot, right hand, left hand to the body, and another shot to put him over. Look, he's got his tiny daughter watching him. I mean, come on, man. I'm sorry. I know that's his little gimmick, his daughter dancing and bringing him in, but imagine being a 3-year-old girl or whatever and watching your dad. He might be dominating, but getting hit. I don't agree with this, man. Sonny Harding says Krauss ate a good outcome. Yes, he did at the end of the round. He is floating there, but like I said, anyone can get caught. And this guy, Forrest, is game. He's game. And he's naturally a lot bigger. I don't like the way Krauss hangs his chin out. Look, his chin is too high. His chin is here. It should be down here. I mean, if you've got the reflexes, you might be able to get away with it, but he's got a good tan, Krauss. I'll give him that. But, like I said, Joe Calzaghe fought a cruiserweight in his 10th fight because they couldn't find anyone. Because Calzaghe was a massive puncher until his hands and elbows went. And that's when he started cow slapping. But I've seen guys who saw him work over the bag. I've never seen a guy hit so hard. Bringing his daughter is wrong, especially at that age. I mean, I wouldn't look if I had boxing. I'd box in front of my family and girl, and I didn't like it. And that's only an amateur fight, right? I just didn't like the idea. But at a pro fight like this, against, what happens if he gets cut? If you're a 3 or 4-year-old girl, whatever his daughter is, and you see your dad getting cut and punched in the mouth, this is not right, man. It's really uncomfortable. Krauss looks like a 90s action movie supervillain. Now, he's too good looking to be a supervillain, bro. He'd be G.I. Joe. I mean, no homo. He'd be like G.I. Joe. He'd be the hero in a B movie, in a straight-to-DVD B movie. Something about ninjas. The Dutch Ninja or something like that. Yeah, let's see if you can hurt Forrest again. I mean, in the first round, you're always a lot more vulnerable to punches because you haven't warmed up yet. So yeah, he got dropped, but he's taking the punches a lot better now, and you see this a lot. But he's taking clean shots and he's not landing much. He's covering up well. But you know, it's hard to say how good Krauss is because he's boxing a guy who's limited, very limited. Did Ricky off himself? That's a big question. So his manager, Paul Speaks, says, I don't think he intended to do it, which implies he did off himself. But that also implies, well, you know, if you hang yourself, for example, you obviously didn't intend to do it. Otherwise, you don't go to that extreme. If it's an overdose, it's different. But it's still, nothing's come back. Nothing's come back. There's no information there. You know, the jibber jabber, a heart attack, drugs, I don't know. Michael says, unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. They haven't released anything. They're implying that because they will say, oh, Ricky suffered from depression. And so they're implying that, but that doesn't mean that that's the truth. So Forrest has made it to round 3. He's cocky. I quite like this Krauss. He's cocky. Like I said, I do think he holds his chin too high. And at a higher level, that's a very risky tactic. I just freaked out by his 1990s, his early 90s raver haircut. You know, he's in the wrong era. Krauss looks wide open to be and it will, you know, at a lower level he'd get away with that. Unless you got David, is that Dave Allen? He looks in super shape. Look, he's got a jawline. Dave Allen's got a jawline. And his beard's gone. He's had a fresh haircut. Dave Allen looks well, bro, which means that we got a good fight. Lil Musgrave, his manager and family both released statements that definitely make it sound like he took his own life. I'm pretty sure he did, to be honest. Right, but why don't they say it? That's the weird thing. I think the more I think about it, I believe he might have got. The problem is, right, Ricky was on his own. Now, it's very lonesome, especially for a sociable guy like Ricky, to live in a huge house on your own all the time. And his family, look, people could say, oh, he was back together with his family. But listen, his family ripped him off. He didn't speak to his dad and mum for years, right? And they ripped him off. And you know, for imagine your own dad ripping you off. That's got to hurt, right? And he's living in a huge house on his own. He wasn't seeing anyone at the time. He's with that Claire Sweeney, who I was hoping that they would get on really well. But, you know, I don't know, mate. He might. I don't know. The implication is that he did, but that doesn't mean that's the truth, right? The jibber jabber, a heart attack. Who knows? So okay. So Krauss is working over Forrest, but Forrest is taking the punches a lot better. Although he's making sure his guard is high, so he's not easy to open up. But Forrest is not really going for the win. He'll land the occasional shot, but he doesn't throw that many shots. He just sits there like this. And he was training for a fight, by the way. He's a last-minute replacement, but he was training for a fight. So he's fit. He is fit. Was Eddie done by Sky? I don't know what. One of my funds was talking about a Daily Mail article, which I quite like to read, and mention Sky, but I haven't read it, so I don't know. So yeah, this Krauss is. I mean, I like the look of him, but after putting his man over in the first round, he now looks like it might go the distance. He's tiring slightly. His punches don't have the same snap. But, you know, he's fighting a bigger man. He knows he's got to be careful. You know? I just don't get why they would cover it up if it was something else. What? Come on, man. You think they'd admit to the jibber jabber? Even if it was the jibber jabber, the normies would just dismiss it as a coincidence. Yeah, well, you're right. But look, and people go, all the normies will be like, oh, he's going for it for us. All the normies will be like, oh, don't be so disgusting talking about this. You should just be giving respect to the family. Everyone, look, anyone in your family passes, the first thing you ask is why? What happened? Everyone wants to know. He was well loved. A lot of people invested in Ricky Hatton emotionally and financially as well. You know, I mean, that sounds grim, but a lot of people paid a lot of money. They loved Hatton. Of course, they want to know what happened. Dave Allen looks in great shape. Is that Dave Allen? I can't believe that's Dave Allen. Is that actually Dave? It is Dave Allen. Honestly, I thought I was tripping, man. He looks small, bro. He looks like a cruiserweight. He's got a solid looking, like what I mean. His chin is showing. I can actually see Dave Allen's chin. He looks in great shape. But Makhmudov is a monster. So what's he going to do? Outbox Makhmudov? He's lost his pop in round 2. Oh, Grados, yeah. I want to see him at cruiser. What, Grados? Nah, man. Light heavyweight's his weight, man. Light heavyweight's definitely his weight. Is Usyk injured? Well, there's a lot of stories because people said he had an injury, but then people said he was playing football and he's doing this. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Krauss is pissing this, but after hurting Forrest in the first round, he hasn't really managed to shake him. And he's game Forrest, but you know, he's not that good a boxer. Krauss actually boxes like a kickboxer. He won't make it. What, with the chin up high? And yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. Has he got a kickboxing background? He probably does if he's Dutch, right? I mean, a lot Dutch guys are far more into kickboxing than they are into boxing, and they're good at it too. But you know, boxing is different from kickboxing. The tactics that may work in kickboxing don't work in boxing, and vice versa. He's starting to get hit a bit more, Krauss. I think the weight of Forrest, right, and the size of him is a problem. I still talk about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dodgy stuff, but Alan looks like a middleweight. Michael, I couldn't agree more. I've never seen him look so trim, but he looks tiny. Even his shoulders look small. And when I seen him on his Instagram with a big beard, he looked chunky. You know, I mean, I think so. I guess he's going to try and outbox Makhmudov. I mean, Sonny Harding says, Alan says he's fit as he's ever been. Reckons he'll take him out early. I mean, I put my money early on Makhmudov, but I mean, Makhmudov's a big puncher and he's a huge man. He can be hurt. You know, he got outboxed by Guido, but Guido Vianello is a better boxer than David Allen. Also, his eye just, you know, swelled up and he couldn't see. But Caballero done it properly, but then Caballero is a level above, several levels above Dave Allen. So, will Jesus be back in 90 days? Well, we're told, God bless you, brother, but we're told we're not allowed to predict when it'll happen, but we can look at the signs, and a lot of signs are coming true. So, Michael Miller, Krauss was a kickboxer. I think his dad was a champion. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. There's more money in boxing, obviously, certainly internationally. Kickboxing, I don't know how much money there is. I don't know. I mean, Rico Verhoeven, right, is the top dog, right? But, he's landing. End of the round. I mean, this Forrest has been tough after a dodgy first round. Tony Maloney's here. What's up, brother? Do you think Spence Fearon only got involved with Jabum that time? He could finally be in the same room as someone with a lower IQ than himself. Yeah, he probably felt like Einstein there. Well, Einstein's another fraud, by the way, but that's another question. He's the cliche for the intelligent man. Actually, the real intelligent man is Tesla, Victor Tesla. Fearon's a bum. All he does is talk. Everything goes to himself. When he did his Ricky Hatton, he did a Ricky Hatton, video. And he was like going, my main memory of Ricky, and I played this reggae song, and Ricky loved it, and he asked me what it was. It's always about himself. He's such a bum. I can't believe anyone listens to that idiot, man. I always thought Nicky Hodgson would have been better in boxing. He did well against Smith. I can't remember who he is, bro. But you obviously do. Will Jesus possibly be a hologram? Well, they might pretend. The rapture and this, yeah, they can certainly pretend it. I mean, people don't understand how advanced the technology they've got is. Okay, so Krauss is... I tell you what, he throws a lot of punches, Krauss. I like that. But I don't like the way he hangs his chin out. Because you only need to be clocked bang on the end of the chin once. Yeah, sorry if I can't pronounce it. Holzken would have done more in boxing. Oh, I lost Callum Smith. Oh, yeah, do you remember this guy? Yeah. Does Devil on YouTube? Well, I mean, the people that run YouTube probably work for him. The real Jesus absolutely won't be a hologram. Obviously he won't. There's something called Project Bluebeam, though. They will try and fake it first. Exactly what I said. They will try and fake it first. And a lot of other stuff, too. Boxing Classic HQ. Bet it's harder than you think to stream comments. Stream and commentate and watch an event at the same time. I'm watching 2 events. So David Chilinsky. This is BKFC. I've kept my eye off that because I'm just waiting for the Degale fight. David Chilinsky is a big, muscular... I guess he's Polish. Is that a Polish name? You will own nothing and be happy what happened. Yeah, they've even said that. Oh, Dex Spellman. So Chilinsky is fighting Dex Spellman in the BKFC. Dex Spellman, you remember, is unfortunately, I think he was English champion at light heavyweight. Unfortunately, his fight with Westgarth ended in tragedy, but he's still fighting. I mean, he's a decent class boxer. He's fighting a guy, Chilinsky. I don't know nothing about it. 2030 Hydra wallet. We won't have no wallets, bro. It'll all be digital. You see the video of the filth tasering a one-legged 92-year-old dementia sufferer because he's holding a button knife. FTP. Yeah, bro. Absolutely disgusted. And people aren't even getting upset about it. I even saw comments supporting the police. You imagine that? What a disgusting thing. Absolutely horrified by that. And they're always attacking. Oh, Krauss is going for it. 43 seconds of the 5th round. He's starting to hurt Forrest. Okay, back to the BKFC fight. Spellman with all the tattoos. V's Chilinsky. It's quite wild. I mean, them punches got to feel different, bare knuckle, right? Oh, Spellman takes a big shot. It's quite hard to commentate on 2 fights and the stream. There are ways you can reduce the damage, bro. Nattokinase, I think, is the name of a product. Plus, you can fast. Just have a look, man. Michael knows. Well, the ID card is the next move. Sinister stuff, yeah. And it was so manipulative, right? Oh, we need to get the ID cards in to stop illegals coming in and getting jobs without proper ID. So he's trying to appease the so-called right-wing people, the so-called pro-Brits, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's a great idea. Then we won't get all these illegals taking the jobs. So he's selling it to both sides. It's sickening. My boy Cyborg. Australia, good morning, Chubby. 6:25 a.m. in Melbourne. Adam Smith is painful. Yeah, I haven't put the volume up for this because I don't want to hear that idiot. Acoustics is right. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. So, okay, I'm watching 2 fights. Spellman puts down Chilinsky. Spellman, I tell you every time, both of these BKFC fights end in the 1st or 2nd round, man. It's the 1st round. Chilinsky, the big muscular, I assume he's Polish. Spellman, boom, he's going for the finish. Oh, down he goes. The thing is, shots will put you over in bare knuckle that wouldn't put you over in boxing. Why? Because it hurts a lot more to get hit on the ear, in the eye, on the mouth with a bare knuckle rather than a gloved shot. He looks finished, this Chilinsky. Sonny Harding, talking about the boxing. The Scotsman's very tough. The corner's throwing tough. Yeah, I mean, he's had a bit of a hiding, and he is very tough. He doesn't need to take this hiding, but they probably think, well, maybe he can chin him. If he goes distance as well, he doesn't have to take a, 28-day enforced break. Maloney, Smith isn't really annoying tonight. Screaming, stop the fight only around. What do you mean annoying tonight? He's annoying every time it opens his bloody north and south, bro. The bodybuilder is, yeah. The bodybuilders get tired, don't they? Little Musgrave, it's one of the reasons why they let so many illegals in. Problem, reaction, solution. Right. Exactly. If you want a certain action to happen, right, you create a problem. Then you propose a solution. And then you get everyone to agree with your solution. Well, not everyone, right? But people to agree with your solution, especially the media. And then before you know it, yeah, this fascist way of watching it, our every moves become law. Let the Scotchman fight on. It's a fight. Yeah, I agree with you, man. He's got heart. It's only a 6-rounder. I enjoy it, my boy Grados. This is fun. It is a fun fight. But, you know, after putting him over in the first round, and like I said, you're always more vulnerable in the first round. But, you know, Grados has battered him, but he's been unable to stop him. Oh, he might do. I mean, if he opened up and the shots were landing on the target, the referee has to jump in. This Forrest guy has got guts. Grados is tiring a bit as well. But, you know, it looks like it's going to go the distance. Anyone with half a brain knows the illegals have been let in to push through digital ID cards. It's all planned. Exactly. It's the same thing with all the retail, right? They want to get rid of retail shops and pubs, right? They've been attacking them for years, right? And one of the ways they do that is to allow shoplifting, right? The police don't even come. In my local supermarket, I'm pals with my security guard. And he tells me all the time, man, you get these shoplifters and they steal. I just run after them and I just grab what they've taken and that's it. You know? Because the police are never going to come. They want everything to be centralized and controlled by big companies. They don't like small retailers. They don't like pubs. There we go. Okay, Forrest has gone the distance. Well, he showed heart. I'll give him that. But he should stop boxing because he'll be, you know, he's not going to have a brain left. Which two events are you watching? BKFC and, the DAZN card, which the main event is Sean McComb. Is it Sean McComb vs. Crocker? It's not a major fight. He's exhausted for us. And good on him, man. He really gave it everything he could. He just wasn't good enough, man. Well, this is the thing. There's not only one reason why they let them in. There's a number of reasons. There's all kinds of reasons. One is to divide and conquer. The other one is to find out which people are ready to push up against the government for what they're allowing. So it's a honeypot. The divide and conquer is very important. The digital ID is so many, man. Best channel in the modern world right now, the Triple B. Thank you, brother. That's very kind. So Spellman, I missed it, but he's obviously won his fight. Let's see what happened. Dex Spellman. He must have stopped him, right? Yeah, I mean, the main fights, there's, you know, even the Sean McComb Crocker fight, I'm not even that excited about. I took your advice to watch a bit of BKFC. Lucas Brown won at age 46. Interesting. Better than UFC, in my opinion. It's certainly more exciting than any combat fight, to be honest with you. Just a little point. Lucas Brown fights for BKB. The two major bare knuckle organizations, BKFC, which is tonight, which is part owned by Conor McGregor, and BKB, which is owned by a guy, I don't know his name, but he's got a small hat. And the differences are this. One has 3-minute rounds, BKB. BKFC has 2-minute rounds. BKB is in a triangle ring. BKFC is in a round ring. Lucas Brown fights in BKB, but he's here supporting Matty Floyd, who's the guy that Degale's fight. Matty Floyd he's a pro, but I think he had a terrible exhibition against Shane Mosley. It was embarrassing. And he's a bit of I wouldn't say he's a fraud, but oh yeah, I was running a biker gang at age 21 and I'll do this. And, you know, he's one of those guys that's really good at getting on chat shows on YouTube and talking about himself. And we wonder how much is true. Oh, I'm a nonce hunter and all this kind of thing. But Degale should be a league above, you know. But we'll see, because you just don't know with bare knuckle, man. Maloney, Krauss is raw, but has huge potential. Yeah, he needs to get his bloody chin down. Tony Maloney, how long do you think Tyson Fury and Sugar Shane laughed their asses off after they'd inspected Adam Smith Corey? I think they're still laughing about it now, brother. Yeah, but let's see if they're laughing after they inspect Philip Gargachad Ergovich's Corey. I think they're going to need Mirko to lift it up just so they can examine it. I'm doing a video on that at some point. Cops are revenue raisers first and foremost, right? And also, sorry, Krauss's little girl is doing a dance. I just find that really creepy. What's going to happen when Krauss is in a tough fight and gets hurt a lot? And the dances he's doing is really weird. And he's dressing a little girl up in a bikini. I'm sorry, this is wrong. This is weird. This is wrong. It gives me the creeps. I'm just going to drain the lizard. Remember, you can give me a super shekel. You can Bitcoin. You can LITECOIN. You can buy me a coffee. There are many ways to support the People's Channel. Get me cordial. Drain the lizard. Yeah. Does anyone know anything about Matty Floyd? What about the Australians? What about the Aussies? What do you guys know about Matty Floyd? Is he a fake? Is he a charlatan? Can he fight? He's like a misfits guy, right? Sorry, guys. I'm going to be back. I'm back. Yeah. The legend, the one, the only, the incomparable, the unforgettable, the supporter of the channel, Shane Bongos is in the house. Pop, pop, pop. Great to see you, brother. What are you up to, bro? We want to know what's happening with Pum Pum, what's happening with greens, what's happening with your drink, and what's happening with your sandwich. Okay, let me go through I've got a lot of... Krauss looks like he lives under the sunbed. Yeah, he does. That's what I mean. Like, he got an 90s boy band look. And look, he's left his daughter in there. And this is weird. It's creepy. It's weird. This is Mr. Bean's MF Adam Smith needs body bagging. Sick of it. I can't believe they took him on. And you know his fake story, yeah, when he got sacked from Sky. You imagine, right? If you're really suffering from cancer and that's why you're not on Sky TV anymore, but they never mentioned it. They never mentioned it. They didn't talk about him. They didn't put any posts on him. They didn't say prayers and thoughts for him. And then he disappeared and he suddenly came back. There was loads of rumors and DAZN have taken him on. Oh, he's the voice of boxing. He's not the voice of boxing. He knows nothing about boxing. GG Forrest, what does that mean? He's cooked for weeks. Yeah, I mean, he should retire. The juice head Krauss went to play. The other guy's a bigger juice head. I reckon Dave Allen looks on juice. He could be on something that, like, what's that thing that Canelo took? Clenbuterol to make him lose weight. He looks in great shape. Lucas said he'd smash Krauss and misses. Yeah, you'd have to get through Krauss first, brother. Yes, I was wondering about the triangular ring. Yeah, BKB is a triangular ring. BKFC is a round ring, and there's different round. The length of the rounds is 3 minutes in BKB and 2 minutes in BKFC. Dave Allen is on something, probably on a PD cycle. Yeah, BKFC is owned by Feldman. Is that BKB or BKFC? But I think they're both owned by, people from a certain area. Or allegedly. Russian bare knuckles peak, much tougher than Americans. Oh, that's crazy. And they do it in between those hay bales and stuff, man. Krauss missus looks like she's got a smelly. What makes you say that, bro? Krauss is the next Josh Kelly. Actually, that's Disco Dave. That's a very good comparison, actually, Josh Kelly. A very good comparison. Flashy, good looking, no homo. He's got a bit of power, a bit of skills, holds his chin a bit high. It looks like a 90s boy band member. Kelvinator. Thank you, bro. I'm sorry you had to see that. That's okay, bro. It's good. It means a lot to me. Remember when Junior Soprano had to sit down with a small hat Hesh and he said, always hold on to your core when you negotiate with these desperate people. I forgot all that. I mean, I haven't watched Sopranos for years. I mean, I remember loving it though. The Sopranos was pretty special. It had a few base moments, but it also had some agenda in it, especially as time got on. But they're now interviewing his little daughter. This is just bizarre, man. Okay, looking at BKFC. So we got another fight. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a nice beard. Some people say beards shouldn't be allowed in boxing because they cushion the chin. I'm not sure about that, but certainly they make the chin harder to see. You could hit someone what you think's the end of the chin and actually just hit the end of his beard. Yeah, I just want to get the big fights now. La Bouche, classic 92. I don't know that one. I haven't got any volume. I can't put any volume on as I get dissed. But they're talking a lot to Krauss. They're obviously pushing him a lot. Peter Fury's there. Who's that guy next to Krauss? Well, he's obviously going to get the big push. He's with GBM, the big Asian guy. What's his name? The big Asian guy who runs it. He's done quite well, to be honest. He's got on Dazen. He started off doing YouTube shows. He's good friends with Peter Fury. It'd be interesting. It's always good to have new promoters doing well, to be honest, because you can't have a monopoly. I mean, there isn't a monopoly, but in the UK, it's Matchroom and Queensberry. So, you know, the small guys like Goodwin and that haven't got a chance, but this GBM dude seems to be making some inroads. I never watched Many Saints of Newark, kind of Sopranos movie. Yeah, apparently it was full of work. It was awful. It was dreadful. It was so bad. It was so. I watched it. I can't remember much. Well, I remember them trying to portray all the Italians as racists. There's a Michael France's show that's like, what is this? You know, there was riots, and they said it was all the Italians' fault, and the Italians were all bad, but the poor African Americans were all good. And then there's a woman who's married to an Italian, and apparently she gets smashed by an African American, and that's why the Italians are all upset. It's utter nonsense. It really is. Krauss looks like the pest kid of EastEnders, the new one with the curtains. I don't watch EastEnders, but he looks to me like Sean. You remember that Sean who turns mad and puts foil on his head? He looks like that. Izzy isn't his name. Oh, yeah, the big dummy. Well, you know, he definitely looks like a gangster. You know, he looks like a villain, don't he? He's a big lump. He's got to have some money. Where does the money come from? Who knows? Who knows? But they're really... I mean, look, I've never seen such a long interview, after-fight interview, than with Greatest Krauss. You know, and I haven't heard any of it, so I don't know what's going on. But this is obviously... Izzy's big star. Am I dead yet? Is in the house. What's up, brother? Chubby and everyone just got in from the pub. Oh, you left early? Was it whack? Or you just come to see the fights and watch the Chubby show? Yeah. I mean, not much has happened, bro. There's been some good BKFC fights, but I'm sort of commentating on two things. I'm really just waiting for the big fight. The McComb Crocker fight, I'm not that excited about. That's a distance fight, surely. Neither of them are punchers. The Degale Matty Floyd fight is a BKFC fight, and that is interesting. Little Musgraves, The Many Saints of Newark is one of the worst films I've ever seen. I mean, that's saying something. There's some rubbish around. Agenda-driven nonsense. Also messes up the stuff from the Sopranos storyline. Yeah. Yeah, terrible. I just ignore it. That's what I do. A-double-B. What's up, brother? A-double-B. Not A-triple-B. What time did Degale on? I'm thinking 10:20, 10:30. That's allegedly when it's on. There's a fight between two guys. I'm not sure who they are. Chip Chase and Garside. Garside is a boxing name. Dave Garside, and I think he had family very involved in boxing. I don't know if he's related. Krauss is still wearing his gloves. A bit strange. Oh, what? You mean because it's dodgy? Because you don't take it off? I think it's very difficult. Mark Massow came on the show. You know Mark Massow, the pro trainer? He came on the show and he made a very good point, which is that it's very difficult You know, in other countries you might be able to do it, but in the UK it's very, very difficult to be dodgy with gloves. So, you know, who knows? Am I dead yet? Yeah, I left early, meeting up with a couple of guys from work. What now? Well, work or grinder? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, well, you met up with a couple of guys from work, and yeah, sure, man. I hit the pub, and apparently it was post rugby, and apparently the England women won, and it's you know, no doubt they will be pushing it heavily on the BBC and other places. We're world champions. Tony Malone, yeah, that's why I didn't watch it. I love The Sopranos. Didn't want to watch anything that tarnished its legacy. Well, he did well, bro. I mean, I can't, like, I think my mind has blanked it out, knowing that it's a lot of rubbish. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is tragic. Great. Oh, shit. Someone just got knocked out and the man's put his top out. The thing is, BKFC, things happen like that. You take your eye away from the show and someone's been knocked out. Someone's just been flattened. Malcolm Maloney's and I've cooked a meal since Krauss won. What they do? I know it's nuts. They interviewed him for about like 20 minutes, and his daughter and that, and yeah, it's very weird. I don't like that at all. It's something. This is violence. This is punching. You don't need to involve 3-year-old kids in it, man. Dizzy, the Asian promoter, was a rubbish boxer, shockingly bad. Oh, he boxed. I'd usually like to check, but I can't. I've got all my things watching. But yeah, I assume he boxed as a heavyweight. Was he a pro, or did he box as an amateur? He's obviously got some money behind him. You know, you can't. It takes a lot of money just to put on a show. Is that Callum Simpson? He looks big, man, against these two midgets. Is that Callum Simpson? Why is he on DAZN? I thought he was a Sky fighter. Oh, well, he's not a Sky fighter. He's a Shalom fighter. Sky don't have no deals, do they? Sky. What's happened to Sky and their huge team? What's happened to Sky and their huge team? Just go there. Hey, guys, leave the kids at home, guys. We need diversity, not kids, guys, okay? I don't know. Otto's probably really keen to have, you know, diversity and weirdness. You know? Is that Isaac Lowe, or am I tripping? On the boxing I'm talking about, not on the BKFC. Michael, I saw him getting bad. Dizzy lost a lot. Was he a pro, though? Was he a pro? I've never heard of it. I didn't know he was a boxer. So there's this guy with a top hat. I assume it's in the BKFC I'm talking about. It must have just bad anyway. I looked away. I answered some questions. I looked back and it was done. And that's what you get with BKFC. Quick finish. You got to concentrate. Quick finishes, yeah, and violence. And sheer violence. Oh, he was a pro. Okay, I'll check it out, bro. You know, it really bugs me that I can't check out. I don't want to risk getting. I've got other, units that I can use to get on my broadband, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to compromise. When I tried to go live the first time, I couldn't get live, so I had to make sure everything was off because they try and shut down truth tellers. Like Triple B. Remember, by the way, guys, you can super shekel, you can super sticker, you can Litecoin, you can Bitcoin, you can buy me a coffee. It's all there, bro. This is a fun supported channel. And I say thank you to, without further ado, Retro for his tenor. Very generous. Come on, you tight bastards, get your shekels out. Tommy Gunn in the house. Haven't seen you for a bit. Great to see you. £3. Thank you, brother. Yes, Jimmy. Degale's been hitting the snip bag. I just think they get bored, these boxes. Of course, my boy Shane with his 660. Welcome, Shane. Tell us what you're doing tonight. Huh? The fans want to know, man. Disco Dave. The crowd is always chit. When a show in Sheffield is always, I'd quite want to go on a show. I quite want to go to Sheffield. I don't know why, but I've never been there, so I'd quite like to go to Sheffield. I don't think I've been there. I might have done. I forget some of these places I've been to. I don't think I've been to Sheffield, but so the main event of boxing is going to start soon. I'm not that excited about it. You got two non-punchers. Sean McComb is a pretty nice boxer, though. George Galloway detained on the Terrorism Act. His country's not. I don't like George Galloway in some ways because he is a shit stirrer. You know, he supports. He's basically bought by the agenda anyway. But he did actually go to America, right? Didn't he? Was it in front of the Senate or some court? And he rinsed them out and waxed them, and he went home. So I do respect him for that. What's he been nicked for? The Terrorism Act? What has he said? He said something about Isa? Izzy has 3 wins, 1 loss to a bum. I saw him box, he was terrible. Well, I guess he's still got a winning record, but I guess it's who you fight, right? Kelvinator just bought a Tyson Pepe shirt. Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, I haven't sold any merch for a bit because, you know, like it's done by Teespring, right? And they haven't paid me out. They haven't paid me out on stuff I've sold. And I've asked, what's going on? And they just don't answer. And this is 2 weeks ago. And I've said, what's going on? What's going on? And they overprice. The wholesale price is ridiculous. They put the prices up. They don't deliver. They don't fulfill. I had a fun. Thank you, by the way, and bless you for doing that. It's good. I hope you get it, bro. But Teespring are terrible, man. Terrible. Another bunch of wrong-uns. I'm going to wear it at weddings. One man, the Kelvinator, man. That is pretty cool, man. I'm down with that. Take a picture of it, man. You don't have to take a picture of your face. Cover your face. But send me a picture on Instagram. Boxing Basement Instagram. Send me a picture of you wearing the Tyson Pepe. That's awesome, man. Thank you, brother. I should do some new ones, right? Because they're all a bit old now. I had some that were banned as well. I got banned. I had another, I can't remember the name, but I used to go through another a channel, another merchant, and then they banned all my designs because they said they made up some excuse. Oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I was like, it's fine. It completely holds up to all your requirements. It's because I did something with Gay J going, don't shop at their shops and stuff like that. They're all political. All these big companies are political. I want to watch Degale but can't find a stream. Like I said, I don't know if meth and crack are down these days. But like, it's quite easy to find a stream. I have to be careful what I say, but you can almost just search on Google and you find one. But as soon as someone asks you to register, you know they're not right. Get rid of them. Go to another one. George Gallo and Big Brother acting like a dog on his knees back in it. Oh, yeah, that was cringe, wasn't it? And all these people are so egotistical to get to that level that they do anything, however embarrassing, to get on TV and get money. George spoke up against smaller-headed people. That's why they're on his case like the smelly sock. Oh, he's a smelly sock. Yeah. And they let Galloway... they let Galloway on his way, it seems, yet strong-arming him. Yeah, well, quite often they just attack people just to intimidate them and to let the populace know you can't talk about this thing, otherwise you will get nicked, and it will chip people up. It's another... most of politics and policing is just about making a point, letting people know. So people will say, they'll put up stories. You know, when they first did the so-called recycling, we got recycling and then the black bin bag, even though it all goes in the same hole in the ground, right? Nothing gets recycled, nothing. I've spoken to people who work for the council. They're laughing at nothing gets recycled. It just gets dumped in the same hole in the ground, right? But they will get a couple of stories and someone will get allegedly fined £1,000 for putting something in the wrong bin, and it's rubbish. It's just a made-up story, so that everyone chits themselves. And goes, oh, we got to put it in the right bin, so we don't get fined. I refuse to do the census. I refuse to do the TV license, and nothing's happened. He's watched Big Brother back in the days. George Galloway was on. I didn't know what to do with my evenings when each series said, you know what you should have done, brother? You just need to watch Strictly Come Dance. Maybe they didn't have it in those days. I thought Gallo was acting like a cat on Big Brother. Yeah, pretending to lick me. That was it. Yeah. I mean, that was just humiliating. Was he wearing a dress or some kind of leotard or something? Web's 89 now. It's great to see my Irish brother. Great to see my Irish brother. Galloway is a Mason and control operator. Obviously, I mean, you don't get such a big, profile unless you are controlled. It's very simple. Same with Charlie Kirk. Same with everyone. Dog. No, it was a cat, right? George said, "Would you like me to be a cat?" Yes, I vaguely remember it. I didn't watch it, but I seen it in the media, and there's also it's a euphemism. A cat is what? It's a pussy, isn't it? So yeah, he's wearing a dress. Yeah, I mean, come on, man, you can't take a man like that seriously. And also, he's did he say he converted? I think he converted to Islam, but he's definitely married to a Muslim. I don't know. Oh, Weps89. Oh, thank you, brother. €5. Thank you. That's very generous. Bless you. You can always give super checks, blah, 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 blah. Look up and down. You know what to do. You know the drill, bloods. Thank you, brother. God bless you from the beautiful Emerald Isle of Error Island. Weps89. Recycling, you can make good money. He used around £80 for a ton of cardboard around 7 years ago. No, you're right, actually. I had a guy that had to do some community service, and he had to help around a recycling plant. And he goes, the one thing they will recycle is cardboard, and you can make money out of that. But the normal recycling, most of the stuff that you just do at home, they just dump in a hole in the ground, bro. Yeah, that's it. Control the pressure. Control the pressure. They let you. It's the dichotomy: the left, the right. They will find a way to play you. Only the real people know what's going on. Only the real people know. He's an oil driller. He's married to a black woman. What? Galloway. He's had a few marriages. I thought he was married to an Arabian woman. I don't know. He's a sand driller. McComb will beat Crocker. So McComb's just come in, or one of them has. He's a good boxer, McComb, but neither of them have scored many KOs. So it's not hugely, it probably won't be hugely thrilling, but McComb's a nice boxer. I think this Crocker guy, Ben Crocker, is unbeaten, is he not? As I said, I usually like to check, but I can't. But meanwhile, BKFC, Mansour, Evie's Graham. It's round one. We just wait for Degale, these Matty Floyd. Can I meet Aussie pals? What's the media like about Matty Floyd in Australia? Because he's Australian, right? But he seems to be a charlatan and a liar. Oh, my boy Shane Bongers, again, very generously. 555, thank you, brother. I prefer them digits, even though it means less money. I prefer the digits 666. Have a nice beer and nice greens. No nice girl. Why happened to Kirsty Blood? She seems sweet. She came on the channel even, made some comments, bro. But, a Sandra. But yeah, basically. Down goes Mansouri. Down goes Mansouri. I don't know nothing about him. But this is the thing. When they go down, their faces change because they feel the pain of bear. Now, I've been in a lot of street fights. And, I got dropped once, I think. But, but this kind of controlled fighting against, bare knuckle in a ring when everyone's watching you is a different thing, man. I smoking greens as well. Just killing time. Oh, bro, where are you working at? Bro? Yeah, I don't really do much greens now. I had something to do a vape to get me to sleep, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I stay away from drugs. Although someone gave me a line of yayo the other day. Rush to the yayo. Rush to the yayo. That's a Debbie, is it Harris song from the 80s, or it was in Scarface. Rush to the yayo. No one knew what it was about, but it was about yayo. And it's in Scarface. Yeah, where are we at? We're 10 o'clock now. I might get another drink before the main fight starts. I say the main fight. I'm watching two shows here. The boxing fight, McComb vs Crocker. I think, it's an interesting fight. I just sometimes, is it 10 round? I think it's 10. But, whenever I see two non-punchers fighting, my heart drops a bit because I'm thinking, well, we might get some skills, but I want some action. I want to watch the action like Otto Wallin in the cock chair. I keep hearing all these drone interceptions seem very false flag to me. Absolutely. What would Russia gain by doing that? Yeah. And if you look at the Basket Weaving forum, it actually says that like they found out that some of these drones were actually from Denmark, being just flown by normal people. But obviously, in the papers, the evil Russians are sending drones over to watch Otto Wallin in the cock chair, watching the action. You know, they're just looking for a third world war. They're looking for a war against Russia. And by the way, Putin might well be part of that, you know. He's almost certainly like part of controlled opposition. So, you know. Working at a new hotel, security being built. Oh, and a boxing gym next to it. Cool. New comfy hotel room. Just no furniture or beds. Wait, you standing up, bro? You having to stand up, brother? Prince D is in the house. Oh, good to see my boy, Prince D. Very red pilled. Yeah, great to see you, bro. Grace, bro. Content has been hilarious. Agenda 2030 in full force. We know it. You know it. Anyone who knows it knows it. You know? And we try and let the normies know, but they're just too busy watching Manchester United lose to Brentford and then talking about it in the pub and then talking about Strictly Come Dancing. And oh, did you see what happened in EastEnders? Come on, man. Okay, I'm not really. Yeah, okay. So you know, you can see that comment. I can't really. I have to watch out. So Mansouri's just been beaten up. Mansouri being beaten up by Graham in BKFC. So we might get Degale soon. So let's have a look. Crocker vs McComb. Having a bit of a wild slugfest, but they're basically two boxers. I'm not that excited about this fight. What does it mean anyway, you know? Mansouri got ironed out. Woof! Mansouri got ironed out in BKFC, bro. Not standing, brought in a chair and bedding from home. Yes, that's like Otto Wallin. He's always got a small cocked chair, a small plastic foldable cocked chair, just in case the action starts, and so I can watch it. So true. People back their football team more than their freedom. Jabbed up the eyeballs, most of them a lot. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh, there's a count. Crocker has gone down. Woo! I said it was 2 non-punches, but Crocker has gone down. It's hard to commentate on two things and talk to the fans. But whatever, I mean, if it worked, it worked. Mark, my boy Mark, incredible scenes at the women's rugby today. They're so much better than men, it's not even comparable. I bet. How many times do you think they said something like that in the commentary and the idiots, the fans, the so-called fans? I've seen 65-year-old men wearing rugby shirts. Come on, push, drive, giving the TV advice on what the women should. It's just pathetic. And it's so easy to program normies. You can program them to like anything. I've even had normies to say that nonsense is okay if you're from a different culture. Really, actually. Oh, it's their culture. You can't. There's nothing wrong in their culture to bang a underage girl because it's their culture. I'm like, really? I said, you're a nonce. Get out my face. You're a nonce. He goes, no, I'm not. It's their culture. I said, get out my face. You're a nonce. It was a fake KO he gave up. What, Mansouri? Yeah, but a lot of them do. They feel the pain, bro, and they just can't tame it. Little Muscats with the Wetherspoons story. I was at Wetherspoons the other day. I was listening to 2 blokes having a proper in-depth talk about football tactics for about 30 minutes. You think they were managers the way they were going? Oh, no. It's quite hard. No, they should have played 4-4-2, and they should have done that. They should have put him on earlier. They will obsess about this nonsense, and they won't care about politics. They won't care about how it's being manipulated. They won't care about the media. Yeah, they won't care about finance. And you try and tell them, well, the best thing comes, I can't do anything about it, so it doesn't matter. I go, yeah, you can. You can. If enough of us stood up, we could. But you're a bum. How many jibber jabbers did he have? Well, obviously, I had to protect myself, and the old people said, go away. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You should do a video on Gordon Ryan. He's supposedly is a major cut. Who's Gordon Ryan? I don't know nothing about it, man. Maloney is to get next. I think so. So I'm going to get another drink and drain that mother-crushing lizard to make sure we're ready for the big fight. And remember, it's only 5-2s. I will concentrate on the Degale fight. Okay? Like, it's very interesting because a lot of boxers who are good quality have done very badly. We just saw Travis Dickinson get knocked out. Frankie Gavitt knocked out. Jamie Cox knocked out. Yeah. Chaz the Bomb Simons knocked out. Yeah, hopefully Degale's on next against this Matty Floyd guy, who's best known for having an exhibition against Shane Mosley, and it was terrible, absolutely terrible, terrible. Conor McGregor's here. Conor McGregor's here, so he is. Come on, Conor, get on the Charlie. Rush to the Yale, because Conor's here. Rush to the Yale. Yes. So there's this guy who's just won the BKFC championship. That was the last fight. Well, sorry, man, I didn't commentate on it. Oh, the Mansouri, yeah. Oh, no, he flattened Mansouri with a big right hand. Whoa, that was no dive, bro. That was no dive, Maloney. He got flattened. And this guy's sellable. He looks like a 90s boy band. 90s boy band guy as well. I don't know what's going on tonight. Everyone seems to be going for the 90s boy band look. They need to open a bar for conspiracy. You always meet them, right? You always end up meeting them. I always end up, you know who they are, right? Well, conspiracy theorists is a stupid comment, but you know what I mean. Red pill people, like people that know the truth, right? People that know reality, and you can see by the way they talk. Some girl came up to me, right? And I was just minding my own business, talking about women and men. And she goes, "Oh, why are you talking about women and men?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "There's no such thing as gender. It's all a different spectrum. Yeah, it's a social creation gender." I was like, "Are you tripping? Are you actually tripping?" I couldn't even be bothered, because if someone is that programmed, there's just no point. I was like, "Yeah, whatever, man. You believe what you want." You go, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't think it's a spectrum?" I said, "You know what? I'm not that interested." You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no point. You might as well bash your head against a brick wall till it bleeds, bro. The Love Island guy hasn't fought yet. Oh, I mean, there's another fight before we get to Degale. What's the time? I was told Degale was on at 10:20. Did he ever get any injuries which stopped you playing sports or going to the gym? I've got a bad injury at the moment. Can't do either. It sucks bad. What is it? Back? Usually it's a back injury. They're the bad ones. I once got caught with my mouth open in sparring, and it damaged. I don't know. I never went to the doctor, but I might have fractured my jaw. It did something really bad. I just couldn't. And I kept on trying to spar, but anyone would touch me, I'd be like, "Ow!" So I had to rest it for 2 months. But that's the only one. A twisted ankle. That's about it, really. You don't really get that many injuries in boxing, funnily enough. Like football, you turn your ankle, you break your leg. Yeah, McComb Maloney. Yeah, the curtains, 90s haircut. Yeah, interestingly, my brother worked with Chesney Hawks on a building site before the Olympics. Well, I'm glad to see Chesney's actually doing some proper graft. I bet he's on the Yale, though. It's a back injury. It's spinal. I broke my back. Is spinal. Damn it. So we got to see one more fight before Degale. I mean, I'm looking up now at the Crocker McComb, so they've settled down into, like I said many times, people are much more likely to get hurt in the first round. So Crocker got dropped. Well, I think it was Crocker. I don't actually know who's who, really. Was it Crocker? Right. They've got Crocker is wearing green, and no, Crocker's wearing white, and McComb's wearing green, except he's not wearing green. He's wearing black and yellow. So I can't actually remember who got dropped. I don't really care. I just hope that Degale's coming on soon. Like you said, he's put himself in good shape. And this Matty Floyd can't box, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to be useful in bare knuckle, because he's younger. It's about violence. It's about being able to take the shots. And like I said, you can't spar bare knuckle. You can spar with gloves, but you can't spar someone bare knuckle because you're going to get cut, you're going to get hurt. So you don't really feel the bare knuckle power, the violence until you get in there. Oh, Michael Maloney, McComb dropped. Sorry, I got it wrong. Yeah, McComb dropped. Okay, McComb was the favourite going in. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you for correcting me. I wasn't really watching, man. I saw a funny interview. A guy trolled an actual woman at a trans event, asking her about her struggles of being trans, and she was so insulted. She says, "I'm a real woman." I mean, imagine being that deluded. Imagine how can you? It just shows you how easy it is to manipulate people's minds, so that they can believe anything you want them to believe, as long as you repeat it enough times. It's crazy. Mark, I do enjoy watching BK, but it's kind of sad. Washed up boxers getting sparked out. Definitely, there is a real aspect to that. I think it will change, right? When the money will grow. It will grow. The problem is it will never be as big as boxing because it will never be reported. So Aaron Chalmers vs Jack Fincham. So someone told me that one of these guys on Love Island. Which one? Aaron Chalmers guy? I don't watch these things, man. He's got a huge totally tattooed. His entire body is black. Why would you tattoo your whole body with black ink? And then Degale vs Floyd. But yeah, you get washed up MMA guys and boxers getting sparked by street fighters. But that's the game. It is a bit sad. It was sad to watch Frankie Gavin, Jamie Cox, Travis Dickinson getting battered, by effectively street fighters. From boxing, I mashed my nose up, got sinuses, never used to bother going to doctors. Now 20 years later, my nose is buggered, not big or mashed looking, just sinuses really bad. Yeah, I mean, look, boxing, MMA, bare knuckle, you will, even if you just do it at an amateur level, you will have some injuries from it. My hands are so weak now and bruised, and and I didn't, like just from a few amateur fights, and hitting the bag. Mind you, I've got power, speed, and accuracy. Degale, he grew up in Harlesden, must be able to street fight. Yeah, he was born in somewhere quite posh, but I think he moved to Harlesden. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot. Just because you're born in a rough area, if you've got a brain about you, like I'm devoting my life to boxing. A lot of boxers used to get into fights, and they're like, that's why I took up boxing, because now I can get in a fight and not have to worry about the consequences, Disco Dave, get yourself to the doctors. They have your best interests at heart and definitely wouldn't prescribe you something just to make money. I mean, obviously, my man's being sarcastic, but yeah. So-called medicine is a fraud. It's run by the pharmaceutical industry, and it's run to sell you their products. Okay? End of story. If you saw my video when I saw off some big pharma guys who work for a massive pharmaceutical company, and I rinsed them, they kept saying, "Why? We help people." I go, "No, you don't. You get them addicted to your drugs, and you sell their drugs. You sell them their drugs, and you make clients. You don't want to solve their problem. You want to keep them on your drugs. Stop lying, and you're justifying it. You make me sick." And he walked off. You can see I did a video on it. That little doctors nowadays are a waste of time. I did have a sinus operation in 2006. Never made a difference. Of course not. I know so many people that have been wrecked. I think, right, it depends what the number of research papers on it, right? Some of them say it's the first biggest cause of death in the US. Some say the second, some say the third. But whatever, it's very high. The most causes of death in the United States are by medical intervention. Well, it can't be very good, isn't it? And the Amish, who don't even go to the doctors, have the same life expectancy and have had it for 300 years as the rest of the United States. So what does that tell you? And they're inbred too. Mark, Gavin and Cox getting battered was heartbreaking, knowing how good they once were. Gavin hadn't made no money from boxing either. He's working on the railways a year or two after retirement. Yeah, Gavin, I mean, Frankie Gavin was exceptional. I've seen him spar. I've never seen such beautiful balance, timing, footwork. He was a world champion, Britain's first world champion at amateur level. He never got in the PDs. You can see by his body, and he didn't really He didn't really make it as a pro, but he was exceptionally talented. I've heard some dodgy stories about him though, but you know, that's boxing, man. You know, it's not a meal ticket. Yeah, it's not a walk in the park, boxing. Yeah, just go there. Degale sounds punch drunk already. Yeah, I mean, I listened to him earlier, and yeah, it's tragic. I don't wish boxers to fight too long. It's up to Degale though. Does he do it because he's trying to find some reason? I mean, it's hard to be a boxer and a sportsman, and you retire with a bunch of money, but then you got no income. If you've got no income, all the money you get is slowly getting sucked away by rent, by bills, and you bought a big house, you might have a mortgage, all this getting sucked away, and you're not earning anything. So your pot's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You know, people go, you should become a trainer, you should become a promoter, you should become a manager. There's no money in that unless you're really big. And every pro can't become a trainer. Yeah, the best thing to do is to become a trainer and maybe open a gym and do some white collar boxing classes, some fitness classes, this kind of thing. Get some good. You're not going to make millions out of it, but you're going to get a living. But not everyone can do that, man. I mean, Ricky Hatton was a promoter, he was a trainer and a manager, and he still wasn't satisfied. Degale isn't skint, but something's not right on the yayo, maybe. Yeah. Rush to the yayo. Single mums on the cheap Botox fillers and fresh nut. Degale smokes bud, does he? I mean, you know, that's not going to help him in the ring, is it? He's probably having a reefer now. But he did look in good shape because a lot of these boxers, Frankie Gavin looked in awful shape when he came in. Okay, so the BKFC fight is coming on. I think this is the Jack Fincham, whoever he is. Another pretty boy with a 90s boy band haircut, fighting some guy from, someone said Love Island. Frankie did make decent money, but not as much as he could have. He blew the money on sniff with the unemployed chavs he's hanging with. I mean, I don't think he lived a life, did he, Frankie Gavin? And he was really, I would say, I've seen so many boxers. I've seen talking live fights here. And I've seen good boxers spar, and Gavin was one of the top ones I can remember. The footwork, the timing, you know, it was beautiful to watch. So that's a shame, man. Just seen Gavin's fighting again in October. What? BKFC? Well, that's how he trains, man. But he's got the wrong staff. It's like Malik Nagy vs Tyler Goodjohn. Tyler Goodjohn's going to wreck Malik Nagy. Wreck him. Goodjohn was an area level guy, but very tough. I don't like all the creepiness with prawn and stuff he got into, but that's up to him. But he's a tough guy. And, you know, Malik Nagy, Gavin, i.e. really talented boxers, are not the right style for bare knuckle. Gavin rematches that BKFC lost in a boxing match. Oh, he's fighting in boxing. I'm not being funny, but who's going to see that? That's going to be what? Is that a Misfits thing? It's got to be, right? I mean, no one can be sitting there going, I really want to watch a rematch of that in boxing. I mean, come on, man. Is that really true? So here comes this Chambers. What's his name? Aaron Chambers? With his stupid tattoos. So someone said he's on Love Island. Obviously, I don't watch these things, so I've got no idea. I mean, I occasionally find out who these idiots are, but that. So the McComb Crocker fight, I haven't paid attention to it. So McComb got dropped in the first round. I got it wrong. I thought it was Crocker. Oh, the interesting thing is McComb is wearing, I think he's wearing a Palestinian flag. Is that a Palestinian flag he's got on his trunk? Oh, he's from Ireland, and for some reason, Irish, and it's another controlled kind of manipulative, you know, political agenda. But a lot of Irish people support Palestine. Didn't he fight Floyd Mayweather? Who? What, Matty Floyd? Matty Floyd boxed, if you talk about Matty Floyd, he boxed Shane Mosley. And it was awful. I know Frankie from the amateurs. Oh, Jim, he never used to train, just mess around. He was talented. and use his talent to win. Yeah, that he was well known for that, I think. Fun time Frankie Gavin, it kind of says it all. But, I mean, it's a shame. The problem is, right, if you mess up, you've only got that short window. You've got 10 years as a pro, 10 years max. And, you know, if you go more than 10 years, it's not good for your health. Oh, exhibition with Mayweather. Oh, the Chalmers guy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, as I'm jumping from this to that. The Chalmers guy I think he did do an exhibition, actually, yeah. Well, let's see how he gets on. Look at his silly green arms. I mean, imagine having all that ink done to blacken your arms or whatever, right? And imagine the money it costs, and you're poisoning your lymph nodes, your bloodstream with ink, and it looks rubbish. Why would you do that? So I hope this Jack Fincham guy, he's from Southeast London, allegedly. He hasn't got too many tattoos, so, you know, pleased with that. So he's fighting this guy. Oh, he's going like that. He's got Nanny written on his trunks. I always think that's a bit weird when you put mum or dad or Nanny on their trunks. Chambers fought Floyd should be the next mission. Yep, you're right. Actually, I actually remember that. Yeah, I mean, I can't keep up with all these rubbish exhibition fights, but you're right. Actually, I remember that. So, can he fight? And what? So he's the guy from Love Island. Like Tommy, was he on the Tommy Fury one? He's from Newcastle. I like Newcastle people, actually. They're friendly. They're fun. You know. Was he on the? What was he on? Like, well, they did like a Newcastle Shore, like Jersey Shore version of Newcastle. I always laugh at work on cold days when you see some blokes have to wear shorts to show off their sick leg tattoos. It's so vague. Yeah, it's so narcissistic. But we've been manipulated into an era of it's all about the gram and showing off this and that. You know, people, you know, older people, and they see putting stupid pictures of themselves on. I'm just like, have you got anything better to do? Like, if you're a youth, you can kind of understand it. You get sucked in by that. But at some point, you'll be like, enough. No. It's like watching sports obsessively or watching, you know, EastEnders or watching movies. At some point in your 20s, you're going to be like, early 20s, go, no. This is for idiots. This is bread and circus. They want me to be excited about home and away. I'm not going to be. Okay. Well, we're going to watch the BKFC fight. Fincham is the Love Island guy. Chalmers is Geordie Shaw, also did MMA. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. So this is like two reality stars, but let's see if they can fight. Or take it. That's the main thing about bare knuckle, taking it. Disco Dave, the Ottomans and Palestinians helped the Irish during the famine when the British were stolen. Right, so Paddy Fuck shows sports Palestine. Okay, thank you. That's interesting to know. And yeah, the Irish were very badly treated by the British Empire. I love the Irish. Good people. Most of Irish fans. Oh, down goes, I don't know his name, but the one, down goes the one with the nice hair. Down goes the one with the nice hair. Oh, he's taking a full count. Get up. He's up. Down goes Fincham. So he's the Love Island guy. Okay, let's see if the tattooed guy can stop him in the first round. Like I said, most of these end up in the first or second round, bro. Are these their first bare knuckle fights? I mean, you got to admire anyone who will step into the bare knuckle ring when everybody's watching. Just so the guy's green arms. I mean, yeah, imagine going and go, I just want you to tattoo my entire arm green and black or whatever. You know, it's pathetic, man. What a weirdo. I'd tell that to his face too. I go, well, you're an idiot, man. We are living in an attention-seeking economy. Yeah, but it's put on us. It's on purpose, right? Betty Fitz in the house. Yes, Chubby. Shittest tats ever, this guy. He looks like a mutant. I mean, you know, like, do you remember a comic called 2000 AD? I know my boy Much Ado About Retro does. 2000 AD. They kind of predicted the future, you know? Mega City 1, and then watching everyone, and fascist policemen nicking you for anything. Disco Day, the fight starts now. Yeah, so down goes that guy from Love Island. from a left hook on the chin. The McComb Crocker fight, round 7. I'm not that interested. I just want to see Degale. Raise your glasses and let's get wild. I actually quite like Big Mo because he's the least annoying of those American, MCs. But like, that is one of the wackest lines. Raise your glasses and let's get wild. Come on, Big Mo. You can do better than that, blood. I mean, what were you up all night for like weeks thinking of that? That's pathetic, man. After some of these arenas, you're not even allowed to drink in. You're cool. You got to drink in the bar. You can't take a drink out. Yeah, Big Mo top. I just find him more likable than David Greenblatt, and the other ones, all the American ones. Why can't they get an English one, man? Is it 20 seconds to get up in BKFC? I think it's 10. It might be different in BKB. It might be different in BKB because that's 2 different organizations. There's 2 main organizations, BKB and BKFC. I know it's confusing, but so the tattooed guy, well, they're both a bit afraid to engage. They both felt the pain a bit, but neither of them are great fighters. No, I'll go. Both of them are like pretty average, man. Pretty average, and they're not going for it. It makes me wonder: is there a sort of agreement? Sometimes you can get. It happens in sparring in some boxing matches. You get an unwritten agreement, and they don't sit there and talk about it before the fight. But they're like, you can see that they almost agree. Like, look, let's not try and hurt each other. Let's just try and get through this, and we'll just throw a few shots, and we both come out at the end, and maybe we can have a rematch. Well, they're starting to engage a bit more, though. Remember, you can Super Shekel, you can Litecoin, Bitcoin, find me a... Oh, down goes Fincham. Down goes Fincham. Down goes Mr. Love Island. The Geordie Shore. I don't think he wants it anymore. I thought he was going to do the get up at 9.5 to look like he pretended to get up. But how much time we got? Nope, end of the round. So the stupid tattoo man's winning. I like Jimmy Leonard Jr. He seemed okay, not on his own horse. Yeah, but he's so 80s, right? And why can't they get any British guys? There used to be Jim McDonald. McDonald, right? I liked him. Well, they forgot Paul Smith's name and called him Paul Ra. Fincham can't hold a shot. I think it's difficult to say. He just, that was a decent shot, Maloney, actually, he took. That was right on the chin. And the pain is different. Yeah, I agree with boxing classes. That was a good shot, though. Also, the pain is different. If you get hit with a gloved hand and a bare knuckle, it's very different feeling. Michael Maloney is back in Jimmy. He was okay. Jimmy Leonard Jr. Yeah, he didn't seem to have an ego. I just didn't think he was that memorable, Correct, that's a good punch. Yeah, he was bang on the chin. Bop, bop, overhand, bop. Right, I just got back on the stream. My Wi-Fi went down for nearly an hour. No way. And that's awful, man. I'm not being funny. If you record it, they pulled him out. They pulled out the Love Island. The tattooed idiot has won. Yeah, I respect anybody who walks into a boxing ring, a kickboxing ring, an MMA cage, especially the bare knuckle ring. So I will not diss these guys, and that includes Jake Paul. People who actually stopped it. Why? Well, I think he'd had enough, Michael. He just had enough, brother. So we're going to have, hopefully, the big fight, allegedly. And it is very interesting because Degale is a former world champion and he's in good shape. Yes, he seems punchy. Some people say he has Yale issues. I don't know. Shane Bongos. Yes, my brother again. Great to see you, brother. Christy will visit next Saturday. We can do a competition where someone can win a date with her. This sounds pretty cool. I think you can set these things up actually on YouTube. What will get a date with Kirsty. Oh, sorry, Kirsty. Excuse me, it's Kirsty, isn't it? Yeah. What we get a date with Kirsty? I mean, if it's about money, then Shane Mongoose is getting the date. But if you get her on, and maybe she can decide who gets to take Kirsty out. Give us some feedback on Kirsty. She's white, green eyes, correct? But apparently they go blue sometimes. So she sounds like she's a pretty white girl. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of people lining up for that. Triple B will throw his hat in the ring. The guys going back to Love Island, the same for him. I mean, it is tough. So I'm not going to get too hard on him and say quit, but he pulled himself out, and he hasn't got that many bad injuries. He got hit with a few good shots. He obviously thought, you know what, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. Kirsty sounds divine. Yeah. I'm just annoyed at I had no horse in this race, but this tattooed idiot won. And he's got a devil. He's got an actual devil on his chest. You know? He's got a devil tattooed on his chest. So the McComb Crocker fight is still going. I haven't really concentrated on it. I don't know. Has anyone been looking at it? I mean, I'm not that bothered about who wins. So, you know, it's not. I've got no horse in this race. The Degale fight, I don't know. There's part of me that wants Degale to win because he's a boxer, an ex-world champion. But I never used to like him. And he gave Groves a lot of grief, and it was quite ugly. And he would tease him for being ginger and all that, and he'd get away with it. But yet, like, some people say Groves is actually quite a. I've known a few pros that have sparred with him and hung out with him, and he's actually apparently very arrogant and manipulative. So, but at the time, I was glad to see Degale get beaten up, and I won a lot of money on that. Who did you have winning out? Degale, Groves, should we? Groves on points, and I won a lot of money on that. Groves was a big underdog. Everyone thought Degale was going to win by stoppage, and I was like, no way, man. These guys know each other. They're both good boxers. Groves' chin is a bit shaky, but I actually put Groves on points, and I won a lot of money on it, like $1.5 grand or something. It's Corey time, ding ding. Yep. We're gonna get Degale. The most important thing we need to know about Kirsty is what her stew making skills like. Shane, what are Kirsty's stew making skills like? We definitely need to know. I back Groves to stop the Russian for title. What Russian was it, man? I can't even remember. Oh, was it Matvey Korobov or not? Well, he was a real disappointment. Matvey Korobov was a real good boxer. I'm very surprised, but I don't think it was him. I can't remember. Again, I can't check. I hate not being able to check my data, but I'm watching these stupid two different channels at one time. Oh, Chudinov. Yeah, Dimitri, was it Dimitri Chudinov? Yeah. You're right. Something like that. Yeah. My man Maloney always knows, man. My man Maloney knows his boxing for sure. Yeah. So they're pushing BKFC Mike Perry, the king of violence. I like Platinum Mike Perry. You know, he's a tough guy. This sport is made for guys like Mike Perry. Like, he's not like he's a decent MMA fighter, but not top. He didn't win the UFC. He boxed Jake Paul and got stopped. But BKFC is definitely suited to Michael Platinum Perry, or the king of violence, because he's a very tough man, and BKFC is about toughness. It's about toughness and violence. Kirsty sounds thirsty. About to finish my drink. I've not been getting my drink on too bad. I didn't drink for most of this week, but it's alive, isn't it? And it's Saturday. So the McComb Crocker fight is still going on. It's only round 9. It's amazing, isn't it? It seems to be going on forever. Well, we're watching endless BKFC fights. Well, at this point, we'll take a break and say thank you to, without further ado, Retro with a tenner, Mr. Tommy Gunn, 9703 months, Shane Mongos in the house with a 6 Weps 89 from the beautiful Emerald Isle with €5. Shane Mongos 555. Shane Mongos 555. Thank you so much, guys. This is what keeps the channel alive and makes us real. Discord to get sisters worth 9. I mean, yeah, if you like mixed race girls, then the girl's sister has to be top, man. She is very pretty. Mayweather tried to come onto her and she had no interest. I mean, it's quite funny because Mayweather is so arrogant, but he's a midget, isn't he? He's 5'6". You remember when he was in London with Gay J? And he was expecting all these people to come up and ask him for his autograph, and no one was interested. They just came up to Gay J. Like, being a midget, you're at the bottom of the pile. It doesn't matter how many millions you got, Mayweather. You're a midget. You think like Degale's sister wants to go out with a midget? Yeah, she was tall too, exactly. So she's looking down at Mayweather going, "You're just a ghetto hood rat with no brain, low IQ. You're a midget. I'm not interested in you." So, Conor McGregor's there. Conor McGregor's there wearing some frilly top off his nut. Well, he's always off his nut. I just don't understand how do you do that much yayo and not break down, not have a breakdown? It's not, Okay, so they're putting Ricky Hatton up and remembering him. I mean, I'm still a bit shocked about Ricky. I still can't believe that Ricky Hatton passed at such a young age. McGregor's grabbed the mic and he's giving, I don't know what he's saying, but, he's obviously off his nut. I mean, I'm still pretty shocked at Ricky passing, but I also find it weird that, they've hinted at, but they never have revealed why he passed. And he's much loved. He's, people want to know. Tall girls are good for spreading like dairy. What's dairy? Dairy. Oh, dairy. Disco Dave. Come on, man. Well, at least you're not talking about Corey's like you usually do. Around 10 of 10 for Crocker McComb. Well, I told you we'd go the distance, even though McComb got dropped. Right, I'm going to get one more drink. Okay. Drain the lizard. And then we've got James Degale vs. Matty Floyd, the main event in BKFC. Which, can people give me their predictions? Can you put your predictions in the comment? Who's going to win? I mean, I've got to go for Degale, but it wouldn't surprise me, given how different BKFC is, if Degale lost. Yeah, people put in your comments your predictions for the alleged big fight. Matty Floyd vs. James Degale, the former world champion. I'm thinking, what drink have I got left? What drink have I got left? What do you got here? Vodka and cranberry. Vodka and cranberry. Where's the Degale fight? Is it Manchester, England? Yeah, Manchester, England. Manchester, England. Was that the one that ended up with brain damage at George Box on Channel 5? Or Trudnov? Oh, did he end up with brain damage? You might be right. I think it might have been on Channel 5. You might be right, actually. I think he recovered well, though. I predict the guy on the left will win. Hang on, bro. Wait, you're talking about the BKFC? The guy on the left. Well, we'll see who comes out on the left-hand side then. So here comes this Matty Floyd. So allegedly, he was head of a biker gang, yeah? And, he goes around hunting pedophiles, eh? And, he's one of these guys that's been on all these YouTube channels and talking about himself. Well, he's got a decent pro boxing record. He claims he's never actually lost any of them. Is that him? Yeah, with a mohawk. Disco Dave, I like mixed race girls, but always come across the mad ones, good looking, but effed in the head. Oh. Yeah, I got a pal like that, man. But yeah, I mean, Triple B likes his white women's. I like white women's with blue eyes, but you know, definitely, you know, mixed race girls can be very good looking. You know, as long as they're not Robert De Niro's daughters. Without further ado, apparently Matty is George's brother. George Floyd. It took me a moment. Yeah, I mean, they must have different parents. So. George Floyd. So I even had someone say to me, normally, right? And she's lovely, an older woman. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Poor George Floyd, what they did to him. I said, what, I mean, the guy that held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly who's got a huge criminal record. And I'm not getting into that whole George Floyd. So who cares, man? And he's also linked to the secret society. Right, Degale's coming in. Okay. Okay, here comes Degale. He's bouncing. He looks confident. The hang on. The McComb Crocker fight, I guess we'll wait for the decision, but I'm not that bothered. They look like they're about to kiss. Good walkout song. Yeah, I can't hear it. I haven't put my phones in. Here comes Degale. It's weird to see Degale. Gives Connor a huge hug. Yeah, I'm quite buzzed for this fight. Yeah, he does look in good shape, Michael. You're right. I mean, a lot of these, like, I see him training and he looked fat, but he's lost it all. He's got in good shape. He's up for it. Degale, easy. I mean, that's what I would think. He's definitely the favorite. I think you get 2-1 on Matty Floyd, or a bit more, like 3.2, but like, Degale has to be the favorite. I mean, Matty Floyd is just not that good, but you just don't know. You just don't know with bare knuckle. And what will Degale feel like when he starts to, if he gets hit by a bare knuckle? Little Musgrave, yeah. If George Floyd had been some white English guy from Camp in Manchester, England, then the people mourning him would have been celebrating his death. I know it's so depressing to me how easy it is to manipulate people into whatever they want to think. Oh, poor George Floyd. What do you mean, man? He's a wrong 'un. Imagine like pointing your gun at a pregnant woman's belly, and you know. I bet Degale don't really want to be there. Yeah, he's given the vibe that he's up for it, but you don't know what's going on in his head. He's got to talk about my Corey. My Corey hurts. I need my electric bar scrub brush on it. It had at full speed. Man down. Blood clot. Why would you do such a thing, bro? It sounds like some weird. That wasn't a perverted thing. Were you just washing the Corey? Okay, so we got the decisions coming up for McComb vs Crocker. Now I haven't watched the fight, so I don't know who's won. I even got the knockdown by the wrong guy, but you know, when they take time for a decision, it usually means it's a split decision, doesn't it? I can't hear, so I've got no idea what's going on. They've given it to the Irishman. They're both Irish, aren't they? They're both Irish, right? I think they're giving it to McComb, but I thought they were both Irish. Like Crocker, isn't Crocker an Irish name? I suspect Degale's got his deal on speed dial. Right, now let's watch the Degale. Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird to see Degale. Is he the biggest boxing name to fight in BKFC? Lucas Brown has done BKB. He was heavyweight champion, technically. But Crocker's Welsh. Oh, is it a Welsh name? Sorry. But there's Lewis Crocker, isn't there? But I guess he must have come over from Wales, right? Because Lewis Crocker is he's from Belfast, right? George Floyd got high level of oil drilling. These MCs are all wrong as there, that's for sure. They love it. They love their little bit, don't they? McComb's sticking his tongue out. That makes me suspicious. Okay, here we go. Degale. He's bouncing up and down. I mean, you can't tell much. He does look fairly confident, but he's not very intelligent, right? So he probably thinks, I'm world champion, I'm going to do this guy, and he might be right. Okay, here we go. Up to scratch, as they say. They're both. I I don't think Matty Floyd's has he fought BKB? Ben Knuckle, I mean, I don't think he has, right? Let's see what's going to happen. Well, that's right. Yeah, he's a proddy, as they say. Yeah, he is. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to talk about the fight. So Floyd's just throwing wild shots, grabbing. See, that's the thing. Grabbing and hitting is very different in bare knuckle and boxing because it hurts in bare knuckle. It hurts being hit in the side of the head. Yeah, they're both a bit. The adrenaline's going a bit. They don't really know. They're charging round. They're grabbing each other. Degale's got him in a headlock. It's messy. It's ugly. But, you know, they'll probably settle down. They must have the adrenaline coursing through their veins, right? Matty Floyd's getting a talking to. And so is Degale. Like, stop grabbing, man. Okay, I like this. Good. Stop the clock. Right, let's go. Box. Knuckle up, as they say. A lot of holding. I mean, Degale's got to realise you're going to get hit when you're holding as well. It's not like boxing. His referee's having another crack. He's having another go. He's going for Matty Floyd. He's going for Floyd. He's not happy with Floyd. He's giving him a right telling off. Stop it, or I'll take a point away. I'm guessing because I haven't got the volume on. See, that's the problem. A lot of these boxers try and box like boxers, you know, slipping, throwing shots. But once you get in close, it's anyone's game. I wouldn't say anyone's winning because no one's landed a decent shot. I think they're both a bit reticent. Oh, Degale hurt. Degale hurt with an uppercut from Floyd. His legs went a bit. That's what I mean. You grab someone, you catch them with a big uppercut. It's a very different game. Good shot by Degale. Floyd takes it. A lot of grabbing, a lot of holding. I see that because of nerves. The thing is, Degale overthrows the shots and then he's right in there. And they start grabbing. He starts holding. Oh, headbutt from Floyd. Headbutt from Floyd. And Degale hits him after the break. And they're getting pulled apart. So Matty Floyd put a headbutt in. And then Degale hit him after the bell. Floyd looks exhausted. Oh, blood clot. Degale's mum committed arson, John. I didn't use it on my Corey. I used it on my Corey to get extra smooth, take the dead skin away. Oh, bro, don't do that, bro. Kelvin, Degale looks like to get the worst of it. Benny Fitz, it looks like Malignaggi 2.0, right? Malignaggi will get battered by Goodjohn. Take that. Degale needs to relax. Exactly, he's not relaxing because he's not used to this kind of fighting. Oh, he put the head right in Matty Floyd. That is dirty, man. And then I quite like the way Degale tried to take a shot at him, man, to be honest. Is he going to take a point away? No. Time out. Is he going to take a point away? No. He carries on. You know, the main event, they've got to let it go on. They've got to, oh, is that 1 point? 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. Box. Knuckle. Fight. Maybe hopefully they'll settle down a bit this round. 2 points, says Boxing Classics. Wow. I mean, to be honest, if you headbutt someone blatantly, he did it twice. 2 headbutts, 1 point for each headbutt. Matty Floyd's aggression might. Oh, he's hitting. Oh, down goes Degale. Is that a knockdown? No knockdown. No knockdown. No knockdown. No knockdown. Matt Floyd is actually doing the right thing by doing what they call dirty boxing, which is, you know, uncultured, just getting in there, throwing shots, not, you know, just trying to clip him, hold him, hit him. I mean, 2 points is a lot to give away, but Degale's stumbling all over the shop. Yeah, Degale's on stilts. Yeah, I agree, bro. He's falling all over the place. What's happening with the cuts? Because the cuts are very important. I don't think Degale's enjoying this. Oh, he's got blood in his eye. You can see he's trying to wipe the blood out of his eye. Matty Floyd is cut too. I'm enjoying this, to be honest, but he's scrappy, but I'm enjoying the weirdness of the fight. 40 seconds. Come on, man. Bop. He definitely doesn't like this. Degale is desperate to hold. Anytime Matty Floyd gets close, you could give Degale a warning for this, to be honest with you. He's balding, Degale. There he goes. There he goes. Look, look. Grab, grab, grab. Put him in a headlock. I'm sorry, the ref needs to take a point away from Degale. If he's going to take a point away from Floyd, he needs to take a point away from Degale. What's going on, man? What's going on? It did look like a knockdown to me. He's having a go at Floyd. Entertaining. Yeah, it is entertaining. I mean, down goes Degale. That has to be a knockdown. He hit him with a shot and he went over. That has to. Oh, the referee is biased as anything, man. Okay. Little Musgrave has some advice for Disco Dave. You're not really meant to use soap on your Corey. Never mind electrical scrubbers. Anyway, enough Corey talk. This is Sporting Channel. Yeah. Disco Dave says, yeah, little, you're correct. I use aloe vera and moisturizer after using soap on it and natural ingredients. So, well, you spend a lot of time on your Corey. I just washed that motherfucker. This isn't for Degale. Yeah, he is not happy, man. He is not enjoying this scenario because, like I said, if the odds were that is a definite knockdown. Hang on, look, bop. He hit him with a shot and he went over. That's a knockdown. His punch resistance seems to be gone, Degale. His legs are all over the shop, all over the shop. So, bop, woof. Degale's getting a scene to, but 2 points down is an awful lot. That's 2 rounds down in a 5-round fight. And the ref, another point. He's taking another point. The ref is so biased for Degale. Yeah, so biased, man. Oh, this is pathetic. He's ruining the fight. He's ruining the fight. Knockdown, stop. Yeah, he's ruining the fight. This referee is terrible, man. They obviously think, oh, we're going to... The promotion like the fact that Degale's a world champion, so they want him to win. This is embarrassing. Degale should have a point taken away for grabbing. If we get him in a headlock all the time. You know? I want to see Degale beat now. I'm really not happy. 3rd round. The fight's fixed. Yeah. So biased, the referee. It's pathetic. And Degale just hit on the break and he got let get away with it. No, this is just... I give Matty Floyd some credit. I didn't give him much credit coming into this, but, you know, he's tough guy, and he's up for it. Whereas Degale is grabbing, take a point away, ref. Oh, he doesn't. So we can see, oh, go on, yeah, hit him. Degale does not like this. He will always grab him whenever he's in close. The ref is ruining the fight. The ref is ruining the fight, 100%. It only takes one shot and it's over, but, like, you know. Look, I'm sorry. You got to take a point away from Degale for putting him in a headlock all the time. He'll just throw a wild shot and then grab him in a headlock. Look, headlock again. Headlock. This is really disappointing. Take a point away. His gum shield's come out, is it? No, I thought his gum shield had come out. Degale does not. This is not for Degale. The bare knuckle game is not for Degale. He's just trying to get the one big shot. Yeah, you're totally right, bro. This is so biased. It's just awful. What's he bringing him? What's he doing? 1 point away from Degale. Good. Just go there. We need Buddy Blues a ring card for his bet. Don't get him any ideas, bro. You got recommendations for good natural selection? Oh wait, no, I've got to watch the fight. Just go after him and punch him, Floyd. End of the round, and they're almost kicking off. So 1 point from Degale. Is it 3 points from Floyd? So obviously Degale's winning. Hometown cooking, yeah. So Little Muzz, Disco Dave, you got any recommendations for good natural soap? I'm looking at a decent one myself. Saturday night, and I'm on YouTube talking about soaps and Corey washing. I don't think there are any points left. Right? I mean, this is not Degale's game. I don't think he's going to do this again. He's essentially getting beaten up by a brawler. Doesn't matter. So we've got 2 more rounds now, and then it'll. So I reckon it will go to distance. They missed a knockdown, at least 1 knockdown for Floyd, maybe 2 knockdowns for Floyd. You know, Matty Floyd, to me, is winning this fight. Yeah, he should have had a point taken away for the headbutt. That's fair enough, but you know, Degale is just grabbing and you know, putting him in the headlock. See, as soon as he gets close, Matty Floyd, Degale will just grab him. Look, he don't like it, Degale, does he? What Floyd needs to do is just rush him. Keep on doing it. Hit him on the inside. Hit him now. Yeah, I'm definitely gone on to Matty Floyd. I was supporting Degale, but I want Floyd to win. Floyd has shown toughness, a good chin, determinedness. The referee is ruining the fight. Yeah, he's taking Degale's shots without a problem. He got robbed of a knockdown, Matty Floyd. They missed a trick. They should have had Degale's sister walk him in, you know, just for the, you know, to get some sort. Get a sort there. He's taking him down. He's going to choke him out. Matty Floyd's going to choke him out. This is ridiculous, man. He's a bit tired, Floyd. Well, both of them are tired. It's only 2-minute rounds, but still, they expend a lot of energy with the number of punches they throw and the adrenaline. You know, the adrenaline must be different to a boxing fight. No, he'd kill him. He'd kill him if he knew he was a nonce. So 1 more round. Now they're obviously going to give this to Degale if it goes a distance, right? Degale wants misfits after this apparently. I bet he does. He doesn't want to do this again. Degale's dealer holding his sister until he gets his money later. Yeah, he wants it. Degale wants 3 8-balls after this. I'm telling you, take the pain away. But Matty Floyd's landing the better shots. It's just because of the points being taken away. Matty Floyd taking the shots well. I give him credit, man. I dissed him a bit, but I can't. I'm on Matty Floyd, Team Floyd. But you know, he's only got one. He's got 1 round, 2 minutes in which to finish Degale, because they will rob him on the points, and you know that. We love that, Michael. Oh, they forgot to put his gum shield in. They forgot to put Degale's gum shield in. What losers, man. How can you forget something like that? Too much grabbing. So this has not been a good fight, but it's been interesting. But probably for the wrong reasons. Matty Floyd's got too many tattoos too. I don't think Degale's got 1 tattoo, so I respect that. He just throws a wild shot to Degale and then he grabs. But them little shots inside still hurtful from Floyd. He's just like a limpet, Degale. He's like a limpet. He's like the Lawrence Okoli version of bare knuckle. This is going to go to Degale because of the points. Yeah, disappointing fight. We've got 1 minute left, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, Degale will just throw a wild shot, usually a right hand. Floyd will take it or it will miss, and then Degale will just grab. There he goes. Headlock again. You're not allowed to headlock people in bare knuckle. He's stopping Floyd from working inside by grabbing him and grabbing his arms. What does Corey talk about how to wash your Corey? This is a boxing channel, guys. What are you doing talking about Corey's? 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. I mean, Floyd definitely deserves to win this fight, but because he was stupid with the headbutt and he was robbed of a knockdown, but he definitely deserves this fight. But they won't give it to him. They'll give it to Degale. And here you go, distance. I said that at the beginning, distance fight. Because of all the holding. You know, Degale did not want to trade. He does not want to trade in this fight. What's the time? 11. Pubs are... the pubs... Well, some pubs will be open. Yeah, when they're pushing Ben Eubank, I don't care. No rematch, please. I don't know, Maloney. I'd actually be quite interested in a rematch. You know why? Because I think, Floyd will not be as, reckless with his head. But the referee kind of ruined it a bit. To be honest, you land 2 headbutts, you deserve to have points taken away. But he still knocked down Degale, and it wasn't counted. Possibly twice. And Degale got a point taken away. I mean, I can't hear Bellend. Tony Bellend is in Degale's corner. Tony Bellend, I used to like him, but he pisses me off, man, the idiot. So who have we got winning? Let's wait and see. I'm pretty sure they'll give it to Degale. Conor McGregor's entered the ring off his nut, as usual. I mean, at least Degale's done it, but, David E. Why is Anthony Bellew in the house? Well, I don't know. He latched onto Degale. I thought Anthony Bellew wanted to be left alone and wanted to be known as Anthony Bellew. Disco Dave, draw, then rematch. That's actually a possibility. Most of the BKFC decisions are quite fair, though, but we'll see. Degale wants his Maloney. Yeah, because of the points, though. But do you think he actually won the fight? I look, if you forget the headbutts and all the points off, I'd have Matty Floyd winning. Disco Dave. Oh, Bellend and Degale are mates. They've known each other on Team GB. Fair enough. It's always good to have a mate backing you in your corner. You've got some. Emotionally, it's nice to have a guy that who's got your back, even though he can't do anything in the ring, but he's there for you. Kelvinator might be right. Both don't deserve the win. Yeah. Maybe it will be a draw. Do they have draws in BKFC? I'm not even sure. I think they're going to give it to Degale because of the points off. Yeah. Degale is the winner. No surprise to me. But, it's not exactly an impressive win. It's not something you can boast about. I might go and troll him on his Instagram because he basically got roughed up and dropped, in my opinion, by a street fighter. Yeah, he's had pro boxing fights, but not at Degale's level. Audience is silent. Yeah, why is he bragging? Yeah, why are you bragging, Degale? You know, bring your sister out. That's something to brag about. You know, they wanted Degale to win because he's a name and he brought attention to the BKFC. So they wanted him to win. Matty Floyd dug his own grave by headbutting him. But, you know, you could say that Degale was dropped. You could also say that he went after Floyd after the bell. So, it was cringe. It wasn't a good fight. Is he bragging? Nobody's happy from Low. Well, they shouldn't be, because they saw he was a coward. CTE Degale. Yeah, does he sound punchy? I bet he does, right? Yeah, all the little fake mates. But, like, I don't know, man. I can't hear the sound, but I imagine the crowd are not happy with Degale. And I don't think the BKFC will be happy with Degale. They're happy with his name. Oh, Connor's off his chomp. Look at him. I actually quite wish I had my headphones in so I could listen to what nonsense he's talking about. You know what? To make the BKFC really big, Conor McGregor needs to fight. There'll be no bigger fight. The huge attention in the press, in the media. They could pay-per-view it. They're pay-per-viewing Mike Perry's next fight. They need to pay-per-view Conor McGregor if he's, I don't know, Mike Perry or if he's anyone else. And it doesn't matter who he fights. Anyone will tune in to watch Conor McGregor do the bare knuckle in his own promotion. Michael thinks he does crack. What, Conor or Degale? Richard Murphy. That was boring. Never watched BKFC before. I don't think I'll bother again. Unfortunately, mate, you watched the worst BKFC fight that I've probably seen. Most of them are actually very exciting. The first boxer to win a bare knuckle fight by robbery. They 100% told him to foul. Yeah. I'm very suspicious of this fight. This is probably the most high-profile bare knuckle fight, certainly in the UK. So you'd imagine they started to pull some strings. They're usually a bit more honest than BKFC, but Michael Maloney, they're both on crack. I think the powder's not enough for them. They want the fucking pipe. They want to hit. They want to like hit that fucking pipe. I wonder if Conor and Degale are going to hit the pipe together. Yeah, probably. Boxers rarely shine in bare knuckle. Yeah, Manilage was similar. He said he had one hand. Yeah, I mean, Manilage is the worst guy to be good at bare knuckle because he's got no punch and bad hands. He can take a shot, to be honest, but well, that was a bit disappointing. I think I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for everyone who turned up, and I have to say thank you, of course, as always. Without further ado, Retro with the £10. Mr. Tommy Gunn back in the game with the £3. Thank you, brother. Shane Bongo 666. Weps 89. My Irish brother with €5. Shane Mongus with the 555. Shane Mongus again with the 555. Thank you, Shane. And get Kirsty on next time, man. And we'll have a competition of who can get a date with Kirsty. Okay. And yeah, that might be interesting, man. David E, that was poor. As was the fight with the fella from the Geordie Shore. Yeah, actually, you're right. The penultimate event and the main event were poor, but it's probably, yeah, it's not the best BKFC I've seen, but I wouldn't give up on it because to me it has been really exciting. I've seen some amazing fights. I've seen some sheer violence and toughness, you know. So yeah, thanks for everyone. Great to see you all. I hope you enjoyed the live. Remember to like, subscribe, donate, all these things that Acoustic said, and we'll see you soon, man. I don't know when my next live will be. We want the big fights, really, and there's no big fights to my knowledge till October the 11th, right? Cheers, thank you, brother. Peace, yeah, peace to you, my brother. Peace in the Middle East, and we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Pop, 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 pop. Bang.